top, and this is how we're going to start the show from V Rose. He posed a question for us. He said, is Jokic a top 12 center all time if he's finals MVP? Y'all know these talks is here. Hey, we've reached this point, so let's do it. Right from the top. How you feeling, Mars?
He's probably top 12 already. I don't know if I can name 12 over him. I mean, Kareem, Russell, Shaq, Hakeem, Wilt, David Robinson, Moses Malone, Patrick Ewing. That's
maybe 8. Maybe Dwight Howard.
I'll go with Dwight. Dwight's 9.
Alonzo.
I was about to say Alonzo.
You can have Alonzo Morning, but even then, that's 10, and I'm struggling with 2. So he's probably already top 12. Because then you're looking at Bill Walton,
Robbie Parrish,
Nate Thurman,
Willis Reed, who are awesome, by the way.
But like I'm pretty sure he's probably already top 12. Now, if you guys want to do, is he top 10? Like, that's a conversation you guys can have with the finals MVP, whatever. But he's probably already top 12 with or without it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. The issue that I'm having, Ron, is I heard this morning, and I'm glad you brought this up because I was going to bring a question to the panel. I heard this morning, I'm sorry that I'm laughing because it's ridiculous, that I heard this morning, when it's all said and done, Joker could possibly be the best center in NBA history. Now,
where'd you hear that? Where did you hear that?
My source, not my source. Okay, Mars, I'm going to tell you. Jay Williams from First Take said this. He thinks that by the end of the day, by the end of his career, he could be the best center in NBA history. And this is the thing that Ticket got on me about early, right? Ticket had gotten on me about this early. So my question to the panel is projection a bad thing if it's used the correct way?
I think everyone projects. When we talk about draft prospects, we talk about Wembanyama, it's a projection. Right. When you say who the number 1 pick is going to be, it's not who the best is right now, it's who's going to be the best long term. That's a projection. When we talk about which team is going to win the championship in the preseason, that's a projection of how we think these teams are going to play. It's all projection. We don't wait for it to happen and then talk about it. We say what we think is going to happen, and that's based entirely on projection and stuff that's happened in the past. So I think projection is good. But when the projection is a flat out lie, no, it's not good. No, that's bad.
But hold on, is that ridiculous?
Yes.
And y'all know. For me, y'all would think I'll be the last one to get on this train. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking about it though. How old is the kid? 27?
28.
28. He got the way he plays, the way Jokic plays, he could play for 10 more years.
He can.
He's not going over Kareem. He's not going over Kareem.
Okay, so Mars. Okay, so that's where it stops. It stops with Kareem. It stops with Shaq.
So he can't be the best. So
but wait. But 1 second though. 1 second. Let me finish, Mars, because this is hard. It's hard for me to even get on this train. So let me finish, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me your ticket, Big Eye. Give me your ticket, Big Eye.
If we think about it, so Hakeem, Kareem, and Shaq. Those are the 3 where I'm just kind of like, I don't see it. But Low explained to me that there are things Jokic does that, for instance, I'll say Shaq and Kareem don't do as far as distributing the ball. And that's, bringing the ball up. That's pretty much it right there. Right. He does that at such a high level that if he can continue to average 9, 10, 8 assists, oh man,
that's why it was
it's not crazy. It's not crazy.
That's the only thing about Bob's logic is
I'm gonna let Ticket go, but there's a second part of the question. But go ahead, Ticket.
The only thing about Bob's logic is this: when y'all say 10 more years, that's baloney. Jokic, nobody has proven with his body type that they can last that long, as far as their prime, as far as playing at that level.
But he's not relying on that athleticism, though, Ticket.
No. But you're not hearing me. What I'm saying is this. No, his fitness, once he starts to get older, it's going to be harder for him to stay slim. He's going to gain weight naturally, get bigger. Your skills are going to diminish. For example, Marc Gasol had how many good years in the league? And before he started to like physically, his physical, and that hurts you too, because you can't do the same stuff that you're doing now, even when you're much more slower. I would give Jokic about 4 more years at this level, and that's it. I think after 4 years, you won't see him playing at this level. You'll see him probably around 16, 15 points a game, probably 9, 10 rebounds, now 8, 9 rebounds, something like that. Yeah, because his body, you gotta look at his body type. Like, for example, let's look at all the great centers, right? Like, okay, when Hakeem came in, he was slim. But remember, towards Hakeem's end, he started to gain weight. He started to become slower. That was in Hakeem's end. You know what I'm saying? That was like the last, how many years, Chilltown? Like 3 or 4 years his career that we've seen the real tail off of Hakeem.
After 85, it started getting real tricky with Jamal.
And he was a fitness guy. Like, Hakeem was in shape. You know what I'm saying? The only dude we seen that stayed like slim like that the whole time was Kareem. The cap, and and then he really just had one move at the post, sky hook, unstoppable. Jokic, the way he has to move, make multiple moves, the way he brings the ball up the court, all that stuff, he's gonna lose that quickness and stuff over time. So I can see him playing like this for another 4 years at this level. But after that, I don't think he can do it at this level for no 10 years. And listen, you can even look at Shaq. You can go down and listen. Name me all the big men. Name me all the great big men. Shaq. Normally, once they get past that 10-year peak mark, they start to, like, even Tim Duncan. He was a great physical shape when he came in the league. Slim physical shape. Once Tim started hitting, how many years, Mars? Like 10 years at his peak, like from when he came in the league. Mm-hmm.
So Tim Duncan showed we started so probably like 2008.
Probably like 10.
Right, we saw the drop off. I don't think
Jokic. What about David Robinson?
Jokic, I don't see Jokic.
David Robinson wasn't the same after his injury. That's about 6-7 years, but he came in at like 24. So.
After year 9 with David Robinson.
He did come in.
That's what the big man.
To go along with that though. A lot of them dudes started being carried by this, and I don't want to say carried in a bad way, but they started getting helped greatly by their supporting cast. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Shaq.
I'm talking about his level though. Yeah, but Shaq. But you got look at this.
It helps your legacy, and it helps you to maintain for more years.
Ron, I'm not. Don't get me misconstrued. I'm not talking about. I'm saying his level personally.
Right.
I'm talking about his level, because if you look at all of the greats, once you get older, it's hard to fight that. It's harder to stay in that type of shape. See, that's the one thing that made LeBron James so special from the rest, is because go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask y'all this. So, because my point too is this though, Ticket. What if? So obviously, how you said, like, his point drop off. So if his points drop off, but let's say Michael Porter Jr. kind of becomes more efficient, Jamal Murray, let's say they grab another shooter or something. If he comes to the point where he's averaging 11 assists, 10 assists, and when he's past 32 up to he's like 34, 35, would that increase, as far as legacy talks?
Nah, because look, you got to think about it like this. Those guys now with the new CBA, it's going to be harder to put better teams around him in the future. So you're going to have to depend on those main guys to give you big production on the team if they're getting paid the type of money these guys getting paid. So when you say MPJ, he probably doesn't even make it to another deal with that team after this deal. He probably goes to a different team, because I don't think they had the money to re-keep him, keep Jamal Murray, bring somebody else. I see them going a different route. But what I'm saying, this is all I'm saying to y'all. With guards, it's easier. For example, look at Ron. Ron is a slimmer guy. When you look at the guard, it's easier for guards to play more years as far as at a certain level than big men, because big men, they can still last in the league and rebound and play defense, but the guards, their body style is more conducive to them being able to, you understand what I'm saying, move. So for example, when I'm looking at these guards, right, I want y'all to think about something. I'm looking at these guards and I'm saying, look at LeBron, look at Steph, look at KD, look at these guys right now. You've seen injuries, right? You've seen injuries. But not only are you seeing injuries, you're seeing these guys still in good fitness and in good shape. You're not seeing them bloated, overweight, and out of shape. Right. Look at a guy like Zion Williamson. Bro, when you talking about guys like that, look at guys like Marc Gasol. It's hard for those dudes that size to keep that weight down once you get old, once you get into your your early to mid 30s, it's harder, Bob. You should listen to the big man. Like
you
it's
gotta
harder,
change your diet. You gotta change your diet when you get older too. I think
a lot of them teams too. Even though these guys do change their diet, I mean, I don't think that they eat a lot of the same stuff that they eat, Bob. But when you bottom heavy, you more likely because of the pounding that you take. When you're a big guy, you're more likely to get more injured, right? But the question that the question that I was asking, it was a two-part question. Of the guys, of the all-time greats, because again, we're projecting right here, right, Mars? We're projecting. But when you think about the all-time great lists, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, which list do you think in terms of the top 5 list is the toughest to crack?
The big man.
I think the big man is the most difficult list to crack. So to say a guy like Joker at the end of it is going to be the best ever. I'm thinking about what these dudes have done. And to say that you're going to surpass that over the next, I don't know, let's say if he holds up at this pace over the next 5 years, you're telling me that he's going to be the best ever. I mean, Jamal had an 8-year stretch where he went 30 and 15 and 4 assists.
Yeah, man.
For 8 straight years. Chamberlain.
Especially when you got the talent.
Right. I mean, like,
especially when you got the talent coming in the league, Cam. League is very talented right now.
And not only the talent, to your point, you was talking about like these teams aren't going to be able to keep their guys. In fact, I think it's the opposite with the new collective bargaining agreement. It's going to be to a point where they're helping teams keep their homegrown talent because they're going to be able to pay them more. Not only are they going to be able to pay them more, they're not going to have to worry too much about the tax bill because these guys are their homegrown guys. So you got the Bird exception and you got things like that. So you're not going to see these players jumping around and leaving money on the table like they did in the past. So I think that that's important. But when you talk about the 5-man, you talk about being the best to ever do it. We talk about a guy like Chamberlain. Like people don't really talk too much about David Robinson and how good he really was. Nobody really talks about this guy who from 1991 to 1996, I believe he finished in the top 3 in league MVP votes, like 5 straight years. Yeah. I finished in the top 3. I think in them 5 years, I think he finished 4 times in them 5 years. I think he finished first or second in Defensive Player of the Year. And if we got a guy running around in the NBA like that today, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, Mars, but I don't think he was lower than 3 in Defensive Player. I don't think he was lower.
His numbers is different. His numbers, if you look at his numbers,
5 years straight.
Look at his numbers.
4, and that's just the league. That's just the Defensive Player of the Year. In the league MVP, he was in the top 5. In fact, I think he was a top 3 player for that stretch. So if we got a dude running around in the NBA today, for 5 straight years, who's top 3 Defensive Player of the Year and league MVP, how are we talking about him?
Chill, his numbers is dipping. Chill, his numbers is dipping already. Like, I want y'all to think about this, right? His numbers as far as his points went from this, and this is what's going to get Jokic. I think that we'll never be able to crack the top 4, in my opinion. His first year, 10, 16.7, 18.5, 20.1, 19.9. First of all, those first 5 years hold him out of contention to be top 5 ever because of what all the other great centers did coming off the blocks. So them dudes came in the league off the blocks with all world numbers off the rip. So you're looking at dudes that came in with all world numbers. Jokic came in, was barely averaging 20 those first 5 years in the league. So his 5th year, he averages 19.9. Then the next year, he takes the big leap, goes to 26.4. Then he goes to 27.1, but then he shot down this year to 24.5. Now, his assist went up to 9.8 this year, even though there was 7.9 last year, but his rebounds came down. Last year, he was averaging 13.8 rebounds per game. This year, 11.8. And then as you go on year from year, I don't see Jokic numbers going up. Whereas if you look at a guy, if we talk about, for example, he said Shaquille O'Neal, right? If you look at Shaq or if you look at Hakeem, look at Shaq's numbers from when the Diesel came in the league. Shaq was 23.4 off the rip, 29.3, 29.3, 26.6, 26.2, 28.3, 26.3, 29.7, 28.7, 27.2, 27.5, 21.5, 22.9. In every one of those years, Shaq was 13.9 rebounds, 13.2 rebounds, 11.4 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 12.5, 11.4, 10.7, 13.6, 12.7, 11.1, 11.5. That right there alone, along with the hardware Shaq got, that he ain't passing Shaq. That's for one, first and foremost. Then you look at a King. Hold on 1 second, Bob. Then you look at the King. This is when it gets real ugly when you look at the Dream, right? So the Dream comes in off the knot 20.6. Next year, 23.5, 23.4, 22.8, 24.8, 24.3, 21.2, 21.6, 26.1, 27.3, 27.8, 26.9.
Now we can get to the bottom of this. Hakeem Olajuwon, for 10 years, he averaged 25, 13, and 3 blocks for 10 straight years.
And look, hold on. And some of those years was 4 blocks, and one of those years was 4.6. And then the rebounds was from his first 12 years in the league, he ran averaging damn near 13 rebounds a game.
And
I'm sorry, bro.
His numbers went up in the playoffs. So that 24, that 25 game went to 27, almost 13, and almost 4 blocks. Boy,
one last thing for you, Bob. Bob, hold on, Bob. Let me say this. I want you to think about this when I say this. All right, this is the last one right here. Kareem when he came in the league. This is the best one ever, right? I want you to think about this, Bob. I want you to think about this, Bob. Yeah. Ron, this is about to get Ron. This is about to get real nasty. I got a question. That's why I said what I said. That's why I hit my boy Chill.
You don't even have to do this right now.
I hit my boy Chill.
We gotta hear this one.
Ron, I hit my boy Chill. And I'm like, yo, Chill. We gotta pump the brake. Listen, this is what I'm saying. I want y'all to think about this now.
He could, before you go any further, Ticket, he could stop after year 1. He don't even got to go any further. He could just stop after year 1.
28.8 and 14.5 rebounds. Year 2, 31.7, 16 rebounds. Year 3, 34.8, 16.6 rebounds. Year 4, 30.2, 16.1 rebounds. Year 5, 27 points, 14.5 rebounds. Year 6, 30 points, 14 rebounds. Year 7, 27.7, 16.9 rebounds. Year 8, 26.2, 13.3 rebounds. Year 9, 25.8, 12.9 rebounds. Year 10, 23.8, 12.8 rebounds. I can skip year 11 and go to year 12, 26.2, 10.3 rebounds. That's insane. Jokic can never pass.
That's crazy.
30 and 50. So whatever. Just so you guys know, that averages out. Just so you know, that averages out for 8 straight years. That averages out to 30 and 15. And by the way, they didn't record blocks until his 4th year.
Well, this my only
30, 15, 30 points, 15 rebounds, 4.5 assists, a steal and a half, and 3.8 blocks per game his first 12 years in the league.
This my only pushback to that ticket. It's because, and now I agree with you. I started out saying it's not ridiculous, and I still don't think it is ridiculous for the masses. And me personally, I'm never going to put him in front of Kareem, Shaq, or Hakeem. That's just not going to happen. But the one thing I will say about that logic ticket, and those were incredible numbers. Nobody would debate that. What I will say is Jokic was a second-round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have the same opportunities as Shaq, Kareem, and these guys when they first came out. Now, I'm not saying he would have been able to get those type of stats. Right. I'm just saying. Shout out to my man. Context matters.
Hold on, explain that, Bob. What you mean by that? Bob, hold on. What you mean by that? Say that again.
So what I mean is, he's a guy out of Serbia, right? Yeah, he's out of Serbia. He's a second round draft pick. I don't believe maybe the GMs remember they had Nurkic over there too initially. So I'm thinking to start it off. They weren't running the sets.
Hold on, the same Nurkic was in Portland.
Yeah. So, but I'm not saying.
Okay. So, Bob, stop right there. Hold on, Bob. Stop right there, Bob. Stop right there. So, and I'm glad the legend of losing pool. I knew he was gonna pull up today when we talking about this. But let me say, shout out to my boy Low. All love to my boy Low, man. Shout out to my boy Low, man. I love Low, man. But let me say this to you, dog. Let's say this right here, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You said that, right? I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. First question was Jokic as good as Kareem coming into the league for one? No. And secondly, if Jokic was that great, you wouldn't even have to mention Nurk's name, because if it was Kareem, you wouldn't mention Nurk.
Look. This, finishing my point. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not gonna put him ahead of those three guys. I just want to add a little context to what you were saying. And this isn't no knock to those guys. This is just kind of to big him up a little bit. I don't believe that because it wasn't Mike Malone over there to begin with. He was with us in SAC when he first got there, if I'm not mistaken. But so whoever was there and in the gym, I don't think they saw him being.
Hold on. But if you're that great, if you're that great, Bob, if you're that great, you're gonna see it. Hold on, Bob. If you're that great, I can't agree with that ticket because what about? Hold on, but I'm gonna say this to you. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Right? I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. If he's that great off the box, he on the court, bro. You want to listen? If you're that great, look at all the other great ones. Hold on, when they came into the league, because remember, political. It's political. The league always. No. It's not political though, because listen, I'm gonna tell you why. The league have always leaned towards. But hold on, let me say this: they've always leaned towards drafting the great big men. They've always leaned towards that. So if you're a great, for example, Wembanyama, if you're a great big man, the league have always leaned towards drafting those guys over the guard. So what I'm saying is that that's a blanket Jokic. Hold on, I think Jokic developed. Hold on, I think Jokic developed his game better as he went along in the league, because even y'all told me, y'all said this is a different Jokic from when he even played the Lakers in the bubble. So that means he wasn't even the same. The Jokic he was in the bubble was better than the Jokic that came into the NBA. Okay, I do agree with that logic. If y'all remember back in the day, and I just got a refresher. I seen this clip a little bit ago. I went back and watched a little more clips on YouTube and just to check it out, because that's what we got to do sometimes when we miss stuff when it first happens. But if y'all remember that USA versus the World game when it was Jahlil Okafor versus Karl Anthony Towns, if y'all remember, Jokic took that game over. And that's when these guys were 18, 19 years old, 17 years old before they got to their respective colleges and whatever it may be. So to say he didn't have the ability, I don't think that's true. I don't think a lot of times you don't get the opportunity just because of like I said, politics.
Yeah, right.
Low, before you get to cooking and chill, before you go on one, B Smooth has been up here for about 10 minutes. I want to make sure I get my man in the conversation. I want to ask him this question, and I want to ask you this question too, Low. And I don't think we really necessarily heard from Chill or Mars on this topic, but I want to know, not only can Jokic be top 12, because that was a super chat, but let's just go with top 10. Can Jokic be a top 10 player or center all time? But furthermore, where do you think he'll peak at?
This is for me. He's easily top 10 already for me. If you're going to have Willis Reed in the top 10, I think Jokic is already better than Willis Reed. How as he can go? Maybe 7. If you're going to have David Robinson at 5 or 6, Patrick Ewing at 7 or 8. Yeah, I think he can definitely get 7 or 8. I think that's probably the peak he goes.
Okay. Low, how you feel about this?
If you don't have him top 10 already, then you're just I don't know what's wrong with you. If you don't have him top 10,
you're not watching his game.
You're not. And as high as he can go,
Kareem. At minimum, Low, he's in the conversation. At minimum,
I guess. At
minimum,
Kareem, Hakeem, Russell. I think there's only like 3 centers that I can put above him. That's it.
Right now?
No.
I'm talking about as by the end of his career, that's about as good as I can see.
You said
you think you can pass Shaq?
Yeah, I can see him in his career above Shaq. Yes. Yeah. I know
y'all. Hold on.
I know y'all don't like that.
Hold on, Bob. I'm about to put Low in the chokehold right now. Hold on, Bob. So Low, you said he can pass Shaq. Would he? Hold on. That means he would have to get 3 Finals MVPs and championships along with what he got now, right?
No, because I think Hakeem is above Shaq and he doesn't have those things.
So again, Low, when you say you think he could pass Shaq, what are you basing that on? I just want to make sure that I'm clear on what you're basing that on.
I think he can be more impactful than Shaq.
You think he can be more impactful on the offensive end solely?
No, just as his game.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So his game offensively, because I don't think that because defensively he wasn't more. He can't be more impactful than Shaq.
No, that's fine, but I mean, just as a totality, I think he'd just be more impactful. The same way that I think you have Magic top 5 or top 3, and Magic is not as impactful defensively as half the league.
Top 5. I got him right outside the top 5. But keep going. I'm sorry, Lo. Keep going.
But just like how many of you all have Magic above a lot of other players who play
Right.
defense, and Magic can be above them in y'all's eyes.
Right.
That's why.
So with that being said, Lo, when you talk about a guy like Joker, so are you saying to me, do you feel like offensively that super is kind of like how I feel about Magic? I felt like Magic, I think he was average defensively, but I feel like offensively that superseded that. So is the logic that Joker offensively he supersedes that with Shaq, even though Shaq was a ridiculous force offensively, right? Not only was he a ridiculous force offensively, he was he had a stretch where he was elite defensively. Joker never had that.
That's fine. I think
at any point did Joker ever have? We never talked about Joker as an elite rim protector. We never talked about Joker as an elite defensive player. Never at any point did we talk about him like that. So the separator with him and Shaq. Number one, Shaq's ability to score around the rim. I mean, Joker does stretch the defense a little bit more. I won't argue that. Shaq, I won't argue that. Shaq was an elite passer for his time, especially as a big man. I think Joker may be slightly better. I think he may be slightly better than Shaq. However, I think the separator with these two in terms, I don't think that they're equal offensively, but I think if they were equal offensively in this particular situation, I don't think Joker's offense supersedes Shaq's offense and defensively. I don't think he does that.
So why is Kobe not above Magic?
Why is Kobe not above Magic?
Because Kobe is a noticeably better defender than Magic.
Right. But what Kobe? So you're asking me why is Kobe not above Magic in terms of his offense?
You have plenty of players who are leagues better than defensively than Magic. So that same ideology that you're using,
right,
about how even if the offense is relatively close,
right,
then defensively that makes that player better than that makes Shaq better than Jokic. So by that logic,
right,
why is Magic even in your top 10? Why?
Right. But here's the difference. Like you just brought up Kobe. I don't think that Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson offensively are the same. I don't think that those two guys
do you think Shaq is close to where do you at? Is Shaq above Magic?
I don't have Shaq above Magic. No, I don't.
Okay, so do you think Shaq offensively is near what Magic did?
I think Shaq was good offensively. I don't think he was as good as Magic overall offensively. No, I don't.
Okay, so the same logic you're using right now is the same reason why Jokic would be above Shaq. I mean, yeah, Jokic would be above Shaq because I think right now what you're watching is on par with what Magic did offensively. I think Jokic just providing us a top 4, top 5 offensive peak of all time. That's what Jokic is doing right now.
And again,
he being disingenuous, dog.
I heard. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. He said,
go ahead.
Slightly better passing than Shaq is wild. It is wild, and that's why this conversation continues to be very disrespectful.
I didn't say. I did correct myself. Let me make sure. Did I not correct myself?
We didn't bring this up, though, Lo. No, we didn't bring this up. Hold on, Lo. We didn't bring this up. We answering a question. But this is what I want to say to you. No, we didn't bring this. Lo, we didn't bring this up. We answering a question. But this is what I want to say to you, and this is why I call cap on you, bro. First of all, you in your mind know that Jokic couldn't hold a candle to Shaquille O'Neal, a prime Shaquille O'Neal. We all know this anyways. Shaquille O'Neal would have absolutely destroyed, dismantled, and terrorized Nikola Jokic if they played. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, Shaq had a better test of centers from when he came in the league to when he retired than what Jokic has played against, according to your own admission. So you're grading Jokic on a weaker scale according to your own admission because you saying he don't got no competition right now. But we all know when Shaq came in the league, he had way better competition from the center position in the NBA than what Jokic has faced his entire career. So you, sir, by your own logic and by the stuff that you know, and Lo, you know this, bro. But like I said, you love to praise Jokic on this level, and that's the only reason why I get after you about this is because I don't ever think he will ever be what Shaquille O'Neal was. And I just think that Shaquille O'Neal dominance, even though you're saying how dominant Jokic is right now, Shaquille O'Neal was so much more dominant than what we seen Jokic doing right now when he was in his prime with the Lakers. I had never seen anything in my entire life like Shaquille O'Neal was with the Los Angeles Lakers those years they were going to NBA championships and winning titles. And you can say L ticket or L whatever you want to say, but a lot of you guys didn't live through that. You guys were still inside of your mama, so be quiet. Go ahead.
Why? Why was it so dominant?
What do you mean? Why was he so dominant, Low? He was so dominant.
I'm asking Ticket, why was it so dominant?
He was the most unstoppable force in the history of the NBA because he can get to any position he wanted to on the court. He could finish around the rim, and nobody had a chance of stopping him. Nobody. Period.
I think the Spurs did it twice. The Spurs did it twice.
No. He won 3 world championships on their watch, back to back.
The Spurs did it. The Spurs did it twice. They did it in '99 and they did it in 2003.
Yes, he won 3 championships back to back.
I'll say it again.
What other big man did that?
I'll say it again. They did it twice.
Bill Russell did it back to back.
No. I'm saying that was as dominant as Shaq. That was as dominant as Shaq. What other big man won 3 back-to-back championships?
I want to ask the question again because you said nobody could stop him, and I just told you a team that stopped him twice, and then even in 2002 they definitely lowered his impact significantly. What
in 2001?
What did he average?
In 2001 in 2001?
So one time out of 3 times. So to say that he was unstoppable is a hyperbolic statement.
Well,
that's not hyperbolic.
They slowed him down in 2002, but they still handled the Spurs.
What is slowing down? Hold on, Chilltown. What is slowing down?
No.
Chilltown, hold on, but Chilltown, what is slowing down Shaq? Chilltown, what is slowing down Shaq?
Let's do that. What is slowing down Shaq? Let's play the numbers game. What do you think slowing down Shaq is? What do you think it is?
Slowing him down was
holding him. Hold on. Slowing the dude down. Slowing the dude down is holding him below his average in the season. Because listen, in the playoffs, and let me say this to you, right? And let's go right to that series. So what you said that was, Lo? 2002?
2002. I think he was 22. I think he was 22, 13, and 3
blocks. Hold on. 0102 is what he's saying, right? 0102 when they played the Spurs the second round.
Playoffs.
Yeah, I think.
When they played him in the second round, right?
Against San Antonio, I think he was 21, 13, and 3 blocks.
They played him in hold on. He said when they played him in the second round, right?
Yeah, wait. Chill.
All right, look.
Wait, chill. I want to ask you one question. You said 21, 13, and 3.
Right.
Can you tell them
21?
Wait, stop. Can you tell them what he shot from the field, Chilltown?
Oh man, I think he was.
He was 44% from the field.
44% from the field. 44%.
That's right.
From the field.
So he got slowed down.
Okay. So that's my point. So I'll ask the question again. Why is Shaq so dominant? Why?
Why is Shaq so dominant? Shaq, hold on, Ticket. Hold on, Ticket. Shaq is dominant. Because he plays in the post, not because he plays in the post, because of how strong he is, his ability to score, his ability to pass, the gravity that he creates when he has other people around him, even when he goes up against big guys like David Robinson, like Tim Duncan. Now, Tim Duncan, let's make sure we're clear, it wasn't just one-on-one coverage when they played them. They jumped Shaq plenty of times, and them jumping Shaq created plenty of opportunities for other people. It wasn't just Shaq going one-on-one against Tim Duncan.
Hold on. Chilltown. 2 can play this game. What happened when the Phoenix Suns shut down Jokic in the playoffs when they swept his ass in 2021? What did he shoot from the field, Mr. Legend of Losing?
Not 44,
ass loser.
Not 44% from the field.
Oh, you know what he shot? You know what he shot?
What?
47, sucker. Now put that in your pipe and smoke on that. And guess what?
That's not 40.
And guess hold on. Right. So that's not okay. So hold on. And he got swept. Hold on. And he got swept. Hold on. And he got swept. Swept out of the playoffs. He got swept. Right?
He had Kobe Bryant on his team.
So hold on.
Let's try it again. He had 40.
Hold on. No. So you want to cook? So you want to act like Shaq's the only big man that had his numbers dipped. This man shot 47%. They held him below 50%. A 7-foot center who's running around here now shooting what? Right around 60%. They held him to 47% that year in that series, sir. So let's not do that, Low. And then I can also
is 44 higher than 47, or what are we saying right now?
We've already
that's right around the same number.
I just wanted to know. I didn't know what we were saying.
It's both under 50% for a big man, Low.
Okay, I'm not running around saying that he's unstoppable. Y'all are. That's not me.
Shaq was unstoppable.
So why did you shoot below 44? Why did you shoot below 45%?
Losi, you're fighting that he was unstoppable.
No. I'm waiting for the answer to why he was dominant. Chilltown is going to give it to me. Chill Town gonna give it to me.
Like I said, Lo, he was guarded differently in 2002 than he was in 2001. When 2001, it was one-on-one coverage, which would explain why he went 27-13 in that series, which would explain why they blew them dudes out. Kobe Bryant, who also I think averaged 33 a game in that series, that offense was so much more wide open. The game was sped up. Shaq was in transition a lot more, handling the basketball, getting other guys involved in the game in transition, in addition to being on the box one-on-one against David Robinson. And then they would switch and they would try to get Tim Duncan one-on-one. They didn't do that in 2002. In 2002, they jumped Shaq. They jumped Shaq plenty of different times, which gave guys like Derek Fisher more opportunities to score, which gave guys like Rick Fox, which gave guys like Kobe Bryant even more opportunities to score. But when they played him one-on-one in 2001, he destroyed them, which would explain why they swept them out of the playoffs. So to say that with Shaq being dominant, why is Shaq dominant? Shaq is dominant for a various amount of reasons because of how much he brings to the game.
You said they jumped. Who they jump him with in 2002? In
2002, they jumped him with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Both of those guys are doubling. Let me ask
the question again. When David Robinson was hurt and didn't play the first two games, because these are other information that we don't like to use.
Let's
David Robinson in the last game,
he wasn't the only double team. He wasn't the only double team.
I'm gonna ask specifically when David Robinson didn't play the first two games, and when David Robinson only played he played under 20 minutes in the last game. Who was they doubling him with?
They were doubling him with an all-league defender in Bruce Bowen. They were doubling him with an all-league defender in Tim Duncan. They were doubling him with guards. They were jumped. It wasn't just one-on-one coverage like it was in the first series when they had them last year in 2001. It wasn't just like that. It was different coverages, and it was different bigs. David Robinson was involved in jumping him. David Robinson wasn't playing 30, 35 minutes because, again, David Robinson was on the other side of his career. But they also had elite wing defenders like Bruce Bowen digging down and jumping Shaq, in addition to Tim Duncan having the cover ins. So it wasn't just the coverage was completely different than what it was the year before.
So that sounds like every big in NBA history, every quality big in NBA history, especially from a scoring perspective, is going to get doubled, correct?
If the team is smart.
Yes, okay.
Only except that didn't happen the year before that, though. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah, and that's fine. So
hold on. What happened to Jokic in the bubble against the Lakers, Lo?
When he got
what happened to Jokic that averaged 21.8 points and 7 rebounds in the bubble?
I'm not making
when Jamal Murray was the best player on that series. On that team?
I'm not making the argument that Jokic at that time was unstoppable or unguardable or so dominant that nobody could do anything with them. I'm not making that argument. I'm not making it. You're trying to convey to me. You're trying to convey to me how Shaq was unstoppable, unguardable. What it seems like to me, when Shaq,
do you think Shaq was unstoppable?
I'm about to tell you. It seems like to me, Shaq during that time, when he faced actual defensive comp, his numbers saw noticeable regression to the point where throwing the unguardable label is a bit hyperbolic.
First of all, let me eat to that point right now. Let me eat to that point because you easy to beat. First of all, Shaq played 10 times better competition than what Jokic was playing in.
Who?
10 times better competition than what Jokic was playing in.
At that time, who?
Oh, Tim Duncan.
In the playoffs, who did he face?
Tim Duncan was 10. He faced the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan in his prime.
Which we just acknowledged there was a noticeable drop. Okay.
Hold on. Right. Who is Jokic faced close to these guys?
I'm not.
Who is Jokic faced close to Chris Webber in his prime?
You are arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. You are.
Right. So no, my point to you is this, sir. Hold on. My point to you is this, sir. So obviously his numbers did go down from being absolutely insane to still great, because those numbers were better than some of these series I'm seeing Jokic play in throughout his career when he's getting his ass whooped, like in the bubble when he averaged 21.8, 7 rebounds and 5 assists against the Lakers.
I'll ask the question again.
And that was when he was playing against AD, old Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. So when he played better big man competition, when he played better big man competition, and we ain't even talking about young guys, we talking about older guys with Dwight Howard and with JaVale McGee, his production went down, sir, when he had to play those guys. He gets the luxury of beating up on Draymond Greens. He gets the luxury of beating up on dudes that's smaller than him, like the dude that he's playing against in the finals, Bam Adebayo. He gets the luxury of playing a dude that everybody said was disgusting in DeAndre Ayton and was doing nothing. This ain't competition. So all I'm saying to you is this. From Shaq's first years on, from when Shaq came to Orlando in those first few years in LA, he played some of the toughest big man competition in NBA history. These is facts. So if his production went down a little bit in a couple series,
not a little bit, but
because you're playing the creme de la, you're playing the creme de la creme. So you still have to look at that and say, hey man, damn, this dude still, even with the competition he was playing, he still was giving you 21 and 12 and 3 blocks
on 45%.
But when Jokic stepped up, when Jokic's competition stepped up, his numbers went to 21, 7, and 1 block. 5 assists. Right? So my whole point to you is this. Even on Shaq's worst day, he was still more dominant than Jokic is on his better days. So let's just cut Jokic's crap, and until he shows me that he can do it with Shaq, is lead a team, win a three-peat, because that's what y'all said Shaq did. Lead a team and win a three-peat. He can't never be over guys like Hill, Wilt, Kareem, and these guys. Until you know what? I might take back Wilt because he has 2 MVPs and also Wilt lost so many finals. But I will say this, right? He still got a long ways to go in my book to pass Wilt. But I don't think he'll catch Shaq. I don't think him, and I don't think he'll catch.
That's not what. Oh, I already know that's a lie. You already told me if he wins a championship, he's top 12. That's what you said. So we can get that
right. No, but I still got all those dudes over him. Hold on, and all those dudes I named are over him.
Where do you have Wilt at?
No, I just said I could make a case for Wilt, but I said he wouldn't pass Shaq, he wouldn't pass Hakeem, he wouldn't pass Kareem, and he wouldn't pass what's the old boy I just said? Go back and listen to the other name I just said. I can't remember just now.
No, we'll wait.
But yeah, I just said you could make a case for Wilt.
Because there's not another one. Because you don't have Bill Russell nor Wilt that high, so it's not another name.
Hold on, time out. No, I don't have Bill Russell that. Hold on, I don't have Bill Russell that high. So I agree with you on Bill Russell because I've always talked about Bill Russell. I just gave it to you. I told you Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, and that's who's ahead of him right now.
Okay, that's it. It's just 3. Okay, so we're saying the same 3. All right, so
no. I'm saying and Tim Duncan. My bad.
Oh well, Tim Duncan's a power forward. So to answer Chill's question, the point I'm making, because I hear this a lot, is that Shaq is dominant because he went to the finals and dominated, right?
Right.
And outside of 0-1, the competition was not that steep. And so if the argument is that Jokic can't be this high because of lack of competition, which is fine. If that's your argument, that's fine. Then I ask the question. Well, I'm not saying you make an argument.
I'm listening to you. Keep going.
Yeah. What is then the argument for Shaq then? Shaq dominated Rick Smits. Like some bozo right now is telling me that he put up 35 points and 13 rebounds against Todd McCullough. If Hakeem Olajuwon went up against Todd, excuse me, I'll let you talk, Ticket. If Hakeem Olajuwon went against Todd McCullough, he too will be putting up 35 points. I know this because Hakeem put 33 on Shaq. So
he also put 35 on David Robinson too.
Exactly. So if he went against, and that's actual comp. So when Hakeem match up against David Robinson, a peak David Robinson, not all David Robinson,
he's a league MVP.
A league MVP David Robinson, he put 35 on him. Hakeem actually faced David Robinson in his prime, Shaq, Orlando Shaq. I wouldn't say his prime, but I think it was his prime, not his peak. A peak David Robinson, a peak Patrick Ewing, a prime Shaq, outperformed all of them, beat them all in the playoffs. That's what Hakeem did. That sounds unstoppable to me. When I put 35 on David Robinson, that sounds unstoppable. Not putting 35 on Todd McCullough, because all the top bigs can do that. Kareem could have did that. Hakeem could do that. So you get the unguardable, so dominant label because you put 35 on Tom McCullough and Rick Smits when Rick Smits
Say
is about to
a different
retire.
name.
You
Say a
can't-
different name.
Hold on.
You kind of losing me right there, Lo. You losing me, Lo.
Whoa,
Yeah, he's
wait,
losing
wait,
me too because-
Hold on. I'm not saying you wrong, Lo. I'm just saying you kind of lost me for a second. Just what the argument is. Are you saying that Shaq wasn't dominant, like so that way? So are you saying basically Jokic could do everything Shaq did?
No, I'm saying if you're
Not in the same way. I'm just saying like as far as the wins and whatnot.
I get that. When I'm arguing, if the gap between the two is this dominant, unguardable gap, and then you immediately pivot to competition,
right?
Especially during the three-peat, man, there wasn't like the
Hold
competition.
on. You dogged out. Hold on. The other day you dogged out when I said Rick Smits. But when Shaq was with Orlando and he crushed Rick Smits was damn near a 20-8 guy in the league as a 7-foot center.
Is Rick Smits on par with any of these bigs I just said from Hakeem?
Hold on, Rick Smits is underrated though. He is underrated.
I'll ask the question again. Is Rick Smits
better than all the He's better than all the guys.
David Robinson, Shaq, and Patrick.
He's better. No, I'm saying he's better than all the guys Jokic that played outside of AD.
And outside the
hold on. This is factual information. Rick, the year he was playing Rick Smits in the playoffs, Rick Smits was putting up 18 and 7.7 rebounds. The year Shaq played him. Hold on. So, and let me say this, and let me give you that, right? So, and in that series, Shaq was giving you 20 and 13. This was early in his career in that series, along with 3 blocks. So he gave you 13.3. Hold on, bro. He gave you that and over 50% shooting. He was giving you 20.7, 13.3, 3 blocks per game, and he was led the team in scoring, rebound, and blocks. So,
you should have left that stat line to yourself.
Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm not finished. So that's who he played his in 93, 94. So Rick Smits was still.
What happened in that series?
Hold on.
What happened in that series? Who won that series?
Hold on, real quick.
Who won that series?
Hold on. They won the series, but they was a better team at that time. So hold on.
So they got. How many games did they win in?
Hold on. Let me say this to you.
How many games did they win in?
Better team. Bro, they was a better team at that time.
How many games did they win?
Then all the way low.
Can you just answer that question?
They won. I think they won in 4 games, Low. But Low, look.
They won in a sweep.
Right. Hold on. So Low. Hold on.
That's it. I just want you to tell the whole story.
We seen Jokic get beat too like that. So but I'm gonna say this to you.
Okay, that's fine. But that's what you bring up for Jokic.
Hold on. But the next year when he played Hakeem, Hakeem put up numbers on Shaq, but we ain't gonna sit here and act like Shaq ain't do nothing to Hakeem, because in that series, Low,
he was 26 and 13. Shaq was like 26.
What did Shaq do against? Hold on. What did Shaq do against Hakeem in that series, Lo?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he was like 26,
26, 28 points, 13.
Yeah.
Or like 2 to 3 blocks. Yeah,
he was awesome in that series.
Right. He was 28 points, 12 and a half rebounds.
That's incredible.
6.3 assists, 6.3 assists, and 2.5 blocks.
It'd be more incredible about it. He got a win because he got swept.
No doubt.
Okay, so
I think him getting swept. That puts a real black eye on the debate right here.
Well, he got swept.
But I am saying that Shaq. I am saying Shaq has always been able to hold his own against Kareem. He was always able. I mean, not Kareem. I'm sorry, Hakeem. He was always able to hold his own against David Robinson, and that's why I think
you can't say that when the numbers say different.
I just said
you can't say that if the numbers say different.
Shaq was always able to hold his own, and also I think who's being overlooked right now is David Robinson. I think David Robinson is being overlooked a lot right now in this debate. I said what I said earlier, but I'm unable to just say that David Robinson's over. I mean, Jokic is over David Robinson just easy like this. So
he was a loser until Tim Duncan got there. So all his numbers don't matter.
Bob, not only that, here's why Low is capping, right? Here's why Low is capping, right?
He got to win this year.
Here's why Low is capping, y'all. I want y'all to see the bull job Low ran, right? This is what Low tried to do to y'all. So that year, Shaq got swept by Hakeem. Shaq gave Hakeem and them the business. He shot 60% from the field that series. He averaged 48, 12 and a half, 6.3 blocks, and 2.5. 6.3 assists.
He averaged 48.
Hold on. No, he averaged 28, 12 and a half, 6.3 assists, and 2.5 blocks per game, and he shot 59% from the field. Meanwhile, this is what Low didn't tell y'all. You know what Hakeem shot that series? 48% from the field. So hold on. So Hakeem shot 48, but guess who else Hakeem had with him that series? Clyde Drexler averaged 21.5 and 9.5 rebounds, 6.8 assists that series. Robert Horry averaged 17.8 points, 10 rebounds, and 3.8 assists that series. Mario Elie averaged 16.3 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. Sam Cassell averaged 14.3 points per game that series. So again, he played a much better team, but he dominated. He played a dominant style of basketball against an all-time great center. Is what we saying to you. He did it against him. He did it against David Robinson too. Go look at his numbers against David Robinson. So all
sound
the big
sound like you praising losing.
No, I'm no. Because nigga, if you want to talk about losing, Jokic was getting his ass for the last couple of years, nigga.
We're talking, but he did Jokic have Penny Hardaway on his team?
Nigga. He got
No,
Jamal Murray.
No, he did not. He did not.
Jamal Murray.
No, he did. No, he did. He had Penny Hardaway on his team. No, he
Jamal Murray.
did he have Penny Hardaway?
Jamal Murray him and Jamal Murray got walked down in the playoffs by the Lakers in the bubble.
Who's better, Penny Hardaway or Jamal?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get too far into this.
Yeah.
We'll have to nitpick every single teammate.
Low, they looked at it. Hold on, low.
Right. Y'all get the capping on here when y'all try to make arguments, boy.
Low, hold on, low.
I don't know.
Hold on, low.
No. Ticket said he said, "Ooh, I don't know."
Hold on, that's easy to say, low. That's easy to say, but if you really look at it, which is what I'm doing right now, if you hold on, low. Hold on 1 second, low. Hold on 1 second. If you really hold on, low. If you look at Penny Hardaway's,
look out for the cap by the go. Go ahead.
Hold on. This ain't cap. I'm just gonna give you the fact. Hold on. If you look at Penny Hardaway, did you look at Penny Hardaway? Did you look at his at his numbers for his career while he was with Shaq in Orlando?
Do I know what was? Wait, say it again.
He was like
did you look at Penny Hardaway's
running with Shaq? I think he was
when he was running with Shaq.
I think he was like 21, 22.
Oh, no. Don't say that. Don't say nothing.
I'm sorry.
I want Legend of Losing. I want Legend of Losing to come in and give it up. Go ahead, Lo.
What are you at again in 95?
No. We're asking you. Hold on. We're asking you, right?
Okay.
What was Penny Hardaway averaging when he was playing those years he was playing with Shaq in
Orlando?
That's what we are asking.
Let me see. Shaq left in 96.
All right. I'm gonna get to you right now. In year one, he averaged 16 points. Sound like Jamal Murray to me. In year two, he averaged 20.9. Sound like Jamal Murray to me. And year three, he averaged 20. Hold on, Lo. I'm finna cook your ass. Body slam, triple, goddamn off the top rope, Macho King Randy Savage style on your ass. Third year, 21.7, sir. Fourth year, 20.5. Now, Grilltown, let's look at Jamal Murray along with Jokic, right? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Because this dude right here, y'all, is easy work. I told y'all, a caveman can do it. So, Jamal Murray, first of all, has a better career average than Penny Hardaway right now. Mm-hmm. And secondly, for the last 4 years, Jamal Murray, his first year, averaged 16.7. That was right there what Penny Hardaway was averaging. Second year, 18.2. Penny was averaging 20. Third year, 18.5. Penny was averaging 20. Fourth year, 21.2. Penny was averaging 21.7. Fifth year, 20 points coming off of ACL. Penny was averaging 22. And guess what? When you look at it, the only thing Penny did a little bit better was he averaged a tad bit more rebounds. Everything else was on par.
Ticket, what are you saying right now?
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Everybody, hold on. Yo, Mars, Ticket, Bob, I just muted all of you guys. Hold on. Because we have to, I hate to have to intervene at such a hot moment right now, but we have to just take a quick pause right quick. Everybody just hold their thoughts. I got to bring my man Grande Jones in so he can accept his $400 that he won just the other day.
Yeah,
Grande, how you feeling? How you feeling, Grande? Hey, Chad, I'm not saving nobody. We're going right back to that. But Grande, what's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Sorry to cut y'all off, man. Sorry to cut y'all off. I didn't mean to.
You cool. Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring the Underdog app on the screen. I want you to know where you're gonna put your 400 at, and by all means, do what you want to do. But the last time we brought somebody up here, chat, it was a good luck charm. They ended up winning us some money. They ended up winning themselves some money. So I want to congratulate Grande on his 400, and I want him to get an opportunity to put his money where his mouth is. So Grande,
let's get money.
Yeah, facts. We're gonna start with Jamal Murray since he's getting put into a
that's higher. Jimmy Butler, what's that? Higher.
Well, as you can see, hold on right quick, Grande. As you can see, the Jamal Murray special is today. Yeah, where if you use the panel promo code, all he has to do is score a free throw, and he automatically wins.
Free throws ain't that easy.
That's
so
easy
I
money
mean,
right
well,
that's easy money right there.
He putting up Penny Hardaway numbers.
That's
so
easy money right there.
I think that's pretty easy. But hold on, though. Let's put it back up there. So we got Jamal Murray. All he has to do is go higher than a point. As you can see, it's a Jimmy Butler promotion today too. All he has to do is score a free throw.
Higher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't use both. You got to use one or the other. Oh. So all right, cool. We gonna go down to Jokic. So he got points at 31.5. He got assists at 10. But do you think he'll go for a triple-double tonight? Higher or lower?
That's tough. I'm going to say lower. I'm going to say no triple-double.
No triple-double for Jokic. All right, let's keep it pushing. Let's go a little further down. Actually.
Porter Jr. Porter Jr. Yep,
cool,
that's what I want.
What you want to do?
I want points, rebound, assists, lower. He stinks.
Low, he won't say you, Low. Hey, Low, as soon as we get finished with it, I'm gonna dust you, Low.
What up, Ticket?
All right.
What up, dog?
Hey, Grande, we got to do somebody from the Heat because it has to be multiple team. So, who you want to rock with on the Heat?
Let's go to Bam. Bam for the 34 points, rebounds, assists. I'm gonna go lower.
Cool. Hey, Grande, it sounds like you know what you're doing right now. It sounds like you've been here before.
I'm a gambler.
Yep. Hey, no better place to do it than on the Underdog Fantasy app. Yo, Euro, we gonna go ahead and punch this through. Grande, anywhere from 1 to 100 since Underdog Fantasy and match us up to 100 if we use the promo code THEPANEL. What you want to put on this? Actually, what are you gonna put on this with your 300? Are you gonna put all three on this? You gonna put 150?
I mean, I'm probably gonna put a 50 ball on there.
All right. Hey, we gonna match your money.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and send
hold on, Ron. I thought you said my man was getting 400.
I said that.
Yes, you did, sir.
Nah, you ain't doing Grande like that. I got some back, bro. Grande. He ain't going
Grande. I got you.
Come on, Ron.
My bad, bro. L host.
No, man, you a dub host. Could you pick me?
Facts. All right, so look. We're gonna send this through. Grande, when you go ahead and do your separate contests and whatnot too on the Underdog Fantasy app with this pick'em contest, can you send them through? We'll go ahead and throw them on the screen and all of that.
Oh yeah, facts.
Hey, can I finish cooking, low ass?
Hey, Grande. yeah. I got you, Grande. You got any questions for anybody up here?
We gonna get back to
that. You're send that through.
Something to say. Hey, Chill Town.
Yes, sir.
You my dog. But next time, anytime y'all got new panelists up here, like new guests, you gotta ride with your family, man. You gotta ride with Ticket.
Don't I do that?
Mars, gotta ride with Low.
Right.
Put the diamond tester on these new dudes. Got to.
Yes, absolutely.
Got to. Be smooth.
That's why this dude right here.
Yeah, on you. Yeah. Put it on you.
Yes, sir.
But I respect what y'all do, man. I'm a big time fan of the show.
Hey, Grande, you put the diamond tester on him.
Matter of fact,
please do.
Put the diamond tester on him, Grande. Get him, Grande.
All you gotta do is ask about Jaylen Brown. That's all you gotta do.
Jaylen Brown talk is over with.
That's it.
Jaylen Brown is a sidekick to a sidekick.
Stop it. Stop that.
Hey, be smooth. I'm gonna tell you like this. Ron helped me out that show on purpose because he knew I had your back.
Oh, I know.
He knew I had your back. I was in the chat. I was in the chat begging for the link. Ron was like,
just like B Smooth, we would have brought the backs to your head too.
Hey, Ticket. This the Jalen Brown jock sniffing crew right here.
Yeah, look, hold on, Ron. I'm gonna get them. Bring low ass back up here though. I want
Ticket. You gotta answer.
Low is a lie. Hold on, Ron. No. Hold on. Bob, I'm gonna come back to that, Bob. I'm gonna come back to Bob.
I'm gonna Penny Hardaway.
Bob, I'm gonna come back to that. Hold on, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Let me finish. I'm gonna come back to that right there because I'm finna grand slam low ass. Pardon me, B. Dipset, the Riders. Like I said, hold on. Let's get right to it, right?
Ticket. Hold on. Just let me tell my man Grande B. Relax. Ticket. Low's not going nowhere.
No. I know how low get down.
Right. Yo, Grande, appreciate you for coming through. We're gonna catch you on the flip side.
All right, Grande. Let me hold it. Let me hold $50.
Ox, you already know, man. You already know, Ox.
Hey, y'all. So check it out, y'all. Check it out. So I'm gonna eliminate all this fake Penny Hardaway talk. Ladies and gentlemen, Penny Hardaway only averaged 23 years in his career. Outside of that, he was hurt every other year, and his career went down the drain. So when he played with Shaq, he averaged 16, 20.9, 21.7, and 20.5. That's it. For the rest of his career, it went down the drain. He was 16.4, only played 10 games, 15.8, 16.9 with Phoenix. And the next year, he averaged 9.8. He got hurt. The next year, 12, 10, 9, 8, 9, 7, 2. That's his career. So his career was only the years he played with Shaq. Jamal Murray has done the same damn thing, except for make the All-Star team that Penny has done with Shaq.
Make the All-Pro team.
He's went to the finals with Jokic. He's actually played better in the finals than what Penny played in. When he went with
so who was better, Ticket? Penny or
Jamal Murray, nigga?
No one ever called me.
Hold on. We're gonna cut the cap right now. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, the years that Penny played with Shaq, Anthony Penny Hardaway, that last year he played with Shaq, shot 44% from the field. That last year he played with Shaq, but he did average 20.5. Jamal Murray averaged 20 this season. But here, I want y'all to think about this. Think about the playoffs now, right? In the playoffs, 1 year Penny's average went up, and they lost in 5 games. The 1 year's average really went up. The other years, his average, they did go up. His average went down 1 year. It went up by a point 1 year. And his rookie year, it went up to 18.7 in the playoffs. That was his rookie year.
I have never in my life, Ticket.
Jamal Murray, hold on. Jamal Murray was dropping 50. Hold on. Jamal Murray was dropping 50. Hold on. These are facts now. This ain't no lie, innuendo. Jamal Murray was dropping 50 balls in the bubble, and Jamal Murray was the leader of that team when they lost against the Lakers because Jokic didn't show up in the bubble. You know when Jokic got shut down? Yeah. So that, like I said before, and then if you look at Jamal Murray, so those years that Penny played, Penny was averaging 18.7, 19.6, and 23.3 with Shaq in the playoffs. Those are his playoffs averages, right? From his regular season. Now, if you look at Jamal Murray, ladies and gentlemen, here's the funny part about Jamal Murray that these dudes talk, right? So Jamal Murray in his years with Jokic in the playoffs, and I know Mars can look this up and he can back me up, or Low can look this up and he can back me up. Jamal Murray in the playoffs have been 21.3 his first year in the playoffs with Jokic, 26.5 the next year, 27.4 this year. So, like I said, Negro, he got a better career average than what Penny Hardaway had. And not only that, his numbers is right on par of what Penny's were. He shot 50% basically the last 2 years, 50 last year in the playoffs, 48 in the playoffs this year. For the regular season, he shot 45 this year, 47 last year. So his percentages went up in the playoffs. So for you guys to make it seem like Penny was this all-world player, he wasn't. He was nice. He was all right. But he won't know. We can't sit up here and make it seem like Lowe was talking like, oh, he had Penny. Nigga, Penny what?
Can I respond now?
For young cats, old dude capping for young cats. That's all that is.
I don't know why you went through Penny Hardaway's entire career when we're talking about when he played with Shaq.
I went through his 3 years. That's why I went. I went through his 3 years.
But you're talking about his career average. Nobody doesn't care about that. And more importantly, we talked about the finals and why they got swept in the finals.
Because Penny ain't show up.
That's not true at all. Penny in the finals averaged 26, 8, and 5 and shot 50, 45, 91.
Should have did more.
Sound like Shaq.
Tick, you done lost your goddamn mind.
Shaq averaged 28. Shaq
You
averaged
done
28
lost
and
your
13.
goddamn mind.
Yeah, his matchup averaged 33. He should have stayed playing defense. Here's a final point. I find it very ironic that me and Mars is called the stat boys when you did nothing but read off stats. And ironically enough, over the past, I don't know, like 3 to 4 years now, I've heard you multiple times say that you can't compare stats from different eras, especially in the 90s when they play real defense and real basketball.
Do you think Penny Hardaway a better basketball player?
Ain't nobody. Everyone does. Every single person up here thinks Penny.
Hold on. Forget the stats. Do you think Penny's better than Jamal Murray?
Yes.
Hold on. Slap yourself right now. Slap yourself right now.
No one agrees with you, Ticket. No one agrees with you. You're wrong on your own.
You dudes is cap. Y'all going off a name and y'all going off a brand. Because if I look at Jamal Murray's game, if I look at his game,
if you look at the game, it's even more Penny Hardaway.
You praise and glaze Jokic triple-double. Jamal Murray had a triple-double too.
You literally said if I look at his game and then brought on more stats or triple-doubles. You can't. You don't talk about the game.
No. I said he praised. Hold on, Low Junior. I'm not talking to you.
Talk about that
I'm not talking to you, Low, the first. Because Low Junior's not here today. Low Junior's not here today.
Tell me about that
game. Tell me
what about that game?
Hold on. The game. Okay, hold on. The game is this. I feel like, first of all, Jamal Murray has a better one-on-one game than Penny had.
No way.
Yes, he did. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Hold on. Chill town. When was Penny? Hold on, chill town. When was Penny dropping 50 cats in the playoffs?
You keep saying 50 Ticket.
Hold on, chill. Multiple games. Hold on, chill. I'm gonna say it again. He was dropping 50 multiple games. He carried them in that series. He carried them to the finals. Hold on.
Yo, Ticket. Right quick. I just want to go around the room and I want to hear everybody's opinion. I'm gonna give everybody 30 seconds to answer this question. Penny or Jamal Murray? Be smooth. I'm starting with you. Penny or Jamal Murray?
It's Penny. It's not even close. Honestly, it's
not even close.
Hold up, Ticket. Let's see what do you got to say.
What do you mean? What I gotta say? If you're just looking at their game alone, Penny is probably 5 times the player Jamal Murray is. What do you mean? Why is a better rebounder? But I wouldn't say better scorer.
No, he's not. Same rebounding the same, liar.
Better passer, and I would say he's a better defender than Jamal Murray.
Passing almost the same.
Stop it. Give me Penny Hardaway pretty easily.
No, I'm talking about from assists. Okay, I give you Penny as a better. I give you Penny as a better flashy pass. I give you that. Go ahead.
That's what you mean. Go ahead.
Mars.
If you think Jamal Murray is better than Penny, you have to think De'Aaron Fox is better than Penny. You have to think Jalen Brunson is better than Penny. You have to think many more points. You have to think basically there's 10 point guards in the NBA better than Penny Hardaway.
Right now that's better than Penny. Hold on, I can name 10 guards right now that's better than Penny.
Go ahead.
Damian Lillard better than Penny.
Okay.
Got there go. What you call it better than Kyrie Irving? Better than Penny. That's 2. Keep going. James Harden better than Penny was, not now, but better than Penny. That's 3.
Right now.
Right now. Okay, right now. Okay, I take James Harden out there. We saying right now. Right. So I gave you Kyrie Irving. I gave you who else did I say? Chilltown.
You can get Stephen Luka as well.
Okay, I said Dame. Hold on, I ain't finished yet. I said Dame Dollar. I said Steph Curry. I said
Luka.
Old boy from what's the old folk name, man?
So great, can't remember his name.
Hey, no. Hold on. I got it on my head. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Who's he play for?
Kawhi Leonard better than Penny. Paul George better than Paul George.
We're talking about point guards. No, we're talking about point guards.
Hold on. Paul George better than Penny.
We're talking about point guards.
Time out. Paul George led his own team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Hold on. Paul George, hold on. Paul George almost beat a super team as him being the leader.
Point guard.
Yo, bro, what are you talking about? Point guard. I'm talking about guard.
What you said, a point guard.
Kawhi is not even a guard.
Huh?
Kawhi isn't even a guard. So
no, okay. So use Paul George then.
Cool.
Point guard,
Paul
shooting
George
guard.
is not a point guard though.
No, if he wants to go guards, cool. Paul George, cool.
Right. Go PG.
It's four.
Then I skip Jamal Murray.
Cool.
That's fine. I'm also saying, I'm gonna say De'Aaron Fox. That's it. Hold on, chill town. Let me ask you one question. Why you say that? What did Penny do without that?
No. You almost done.
No. I ain't going. I'm not running from it. Hey, low. I'm not running from it. I'm just asking chill.
I have to leave. Hold
on one second. I know you gotta leave. Hold on one second. Hey, what did Penny do without Shaq? As far as winning and going to the playoff, what did he do?
Oh my God.
No, I'm asking one question. All you gotta do is give me one answer.
He went to the semifinals one time without Shaq.
That's it. Hold on. Was he the leader of the team?
He was the second best player on the team.
Thank you. Hold on. De'Aaron Fox is the leader of the team. Just took his team to the playoffs, and they went to the semis too, right?
No, they lost
No,
the game.
Hold on. No. You're not hearing me. Come on. I'm saying he did the same thing Penny did as the leader of his team, fool.
No, he did not. No, he did not. De'Aaron Fox never made the playoffs before this season. He never made the playoffs.
Hold on. Penny only did one thing without Shaq. That's lost in the semis. That's it.
Okay. Can we carry on with the list?
Yeah, what is the rest of the list? Because Jesus
All
Christ.
right, hold on. So let me keep going. Right? Man, listen, bro. Y'all gonna go flash. I don't care what y'all. Well, Jimmy Butler's better than that nigga. Jimmy Butler's better than that nigga.
He's also not a guard.
Jimmy Butler's better than him.
He's not a guard.
Jimmy's better than him.
He is not a god.
Boy,
like, am I speaking gibberish?
Boy, hey,
he is not a god. I have to say it 4 times. He's not a god.
Right.
This is a bad
You're listening fool.
This is a bad take.
Hey, Lo, you know, in real life, though, Lo. Hey, so Lo, look, let me say this right. In real life, though, Lo. In real life, it ain't like one of them killer whales getting one of them seals, boy. In real life. But let me say this to y'all, right? So, hey, look. So let me hold on. So let's keep going. So no. I'm saying because Penny play the 2-something too?
Jimmy's not a guard. He's a forward.
No, I'm saying okay. So hold on, I can go Tatum then.
Tatum is also a forward.
Okay, well, I can go Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown was not better than Penny.
Yes, he is. Jaylen Brown. Hold on, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown. Hold on.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown.
All right,
that's 7. All right, we need 3 more.
I'll give Jaylen Brown. Okay,
and he was better defensively too. So cut it out, Chilltown.
Okay,
right?
7.
Okay,
so then I can go. Devin Booker, nigga. That's too easy. Devin Booker.
8.
Chris Paul was a better player than Penny Hardaway.
This year?
Not right now.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, that's right. This year. Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards is better than Penny Hardaway. Yeah, that's 9. That's 9. That's 9. Now let's go to the last one. I'm gonna give y'all a good one right here. Ooh, Ja Morant. You niggas.
Ja Morant is.
Put him in. Yes.
Trolling.
Hey, hold on, Chilltown. Ja Morant ain't better than Penny Chilltown?
No, he is not, sir.
Wait, Chilltown, man. Hey, Chilltown. So Penny Chilltown. Penny Hardaway. Chilltown. Penny Hardaway. A master of nothing without Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, here's what we're doing. This is what I don't want to do. I don't want to eliminate his numbers, but we also got to talk about his game too, right? So let's talk about Penny Hardaway when he
tried and he said Jamal Murray was better 1-on-1. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I do. I think Jamal Murray is a better. I think Jamal Murray is a better 1-on-1 player than Penny. I think Jamal Murray has just. Hold on, let me finish. I think he has just as good as handles as Penny Hardaway. What are you talking about? I think he has just as good of a 3-point shot as Penny Hardaway. I think he can finish just as good at the basket as Penny Hardaway. I'm not lying, bro. I'm watching this in real time. What is y'all talking about? Come on. Dude, hold on.
Chill. Hold on. I know you got to go, Lo. Ticket, do you remember 6'7" Penny Hardaway skipping in the lane?
How tall is Murray?
finishing.
How tall is Murray?
He's 6'3". That's how big
Right.
he is.
Hold on. Right. Well, Murray, hold on.
Do you remember Penny Hardaway?
Hold on. Chill down. I only remember. Chill down.
Penny Hardaway finishing over Rick Smith.
Chill. We overrate Penny.
Dunking on you.
Because hold on. Chill. Let me say this to you. We do the same thing with Penny that we do with Grant Hill. We project what we know he could have been if he wouldn't have got hurt, if all this other stuff, right? We're projecting, right? But if you go off what they did, I'm not lying about what they did. Hold on. Hey, Jamal Murray carried Jokic to the Western Conference Finals. He did. Yes, he had 2 50-point games in the series against the Utah Jazz. You remember it, Ron? When he took out. Okay, time out. And what did he do in the second round? He cooked their ass too. And then he was the best player against the Lakers. He cooked the Clippers. Hold on. He cooked the Clippers next round. He cooked the Clippers in the next round.
He did the Clipper series.
He did what?
Yes.
Y'all niggas on cat, man.
Can I say what I need to say before I go? Look, I find it very ironic that, again, Mars and I are being called the stat boys, but I mean, my goodness, this is nothing in stats. And I also find it very ironic that I know for a fact over the past 3 to 4 years, when anybody brings up stats in today's era and try to compare it to yesteryear, Ticket will immediately say that you cannot compare this era stats to any other era of basketball because they don't play defense. The tempo is much higher. Everybody's dominating the ball, which is why if I sit here and I compare what Jokic is doing statistically, you immediately say, well, if Chris Webber played in today's game or if Jokic played back then, how many assists you think he's going to have? You do it all the time. Now, all of a sudden, you're blanketly looking at stats to determine if Jamal Murray is on par with Penny Hardaway.
I gave you his game. Hold on. I think Jamal Murray's game. I think his game is better than. I think his game is better than Penny's, and I think his stats back it up.
Okay,
period.
So
Not only the stats. Hold on, Lo. Not only the stats. He didn't go to the finals and get swept.
Okay.
He didn't go to the final. Hold on. He didn't. Hold on. We acting like he ain't averaging. We acting like he ain't averaging damn near 27 points a game in the finals.
More stats.
No, I'm saying, hold on, be smooth. I know you ain't talking. You still in the hole somewhere, boy.
I'm talking. Hey,
you in the hole somewhere, boy.
I'm trying to. All right, because I really truly have to go. Look, at the end of the day, no, Penny Hardaway is better than Jamal Murray, and I don't think we had to have the conversation. And almost every facet of basketball too. It's not even just like outside of 3-point shooter. I can't even think off the top of my head which one.
Man, you crazy as hell. So Jamal Murray don't got the same handles Penny got.
No.
Somebody need to slap these dudes, bro. I wish I was in front of y'all face right now, bro. I would Charles Oakley each and every last one of you dudes. That's insane, bro.
The bigger problem that we have here, again, is going back to the Shaq argument before I go. Again, if the argument for Shaq is the dominance, majority of the time it's the fact that he dominated.
You're a Jamal Murray hater, Lo. You are a hater on Jamal Murray, bro. You're a hater, bro. When it comes to Jamal Murray, I've seen this about you. You've hated on him all this time, bro. You are a Jamal Murray hater, bro. But I'm gonna remind you, the same way you praise Jokic with all the triple doubles.
I'll catch y'all later.
Jamal Murray, hey, look. Yeah, like I said, ran the first ball.
I wish I never would have came today.
No, you could have came. Hold on, you could have came, bro. Listen, what they're doing is what they did for Grant Hill. Sit up here and tell you, hey man, shit, I think Grant Hill was this and the third. But if you look at Grant Hill's career, it didn't blossom to what it could have been or what we thought he should have been. We just go off of what we think he would have been if he never had the injuries, he didn't get hurt, he played through. Penny Hardaway had 4 years in the league at a great level. Every other year he's hurt or he was done. He was washed.
And those 4 years are better than any.
Hold on, that's a lie. I just proved it. That's a lie.
No, it's not.
I don't lie.
Kill tell. How was it not a lie?
No, it's not.
Hold on, kill tell. How was it not a lie?
Because those numbers that you just brought up led to Penny Hardaway being a first-team All-NBA performer.
And they got swept in the first round.
Numero uno, first team, and he did
the same thing
again. They did the same thing again. Once again,
and they got swept in the first round.
Right, and you're talking about a guy in Jamal Murray, who, by the way, is becoming something. Now, let's not make it act like Jamal Murray has only been in the league 4 years. Just so you know, before the bubble, Jamal Murray was in the league for 4 more years before that.
No, he wasn't.
Just so you know, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. He was in there for 3. He was in there for 3. He got hurt. Remember, he got hurt the 1 year and didn't play. He didn't play that whole year.
He showed up in 16. That's when he showed up.
No, I got it right here. Yeah.
He showed up in 2016. That's when he showed up. So when they was in the bubble, that was year 4. So let's make sure we clear on that.
Oh, Chilton, I got it right here, bro. And Jamal Murray is 6'5". Jamal Murray is 6'5".
6'5". He ain't no 6'5".
He is 6'5".
I think he's 6'4". I think
he's listed at 6'5".
Hold on. But Chilltown, he came in the league. Jamal Murray came in the league. He was in the league before they went to the bubble. He was in the league for 3 years.
Correct. And when they went to the bubble, which is year 4, because that's what you're basically putting up with. That's what you're putting up. You're putting up Penny Hardaway's first 4 years against Jamal Murray's 8 years.
That wasn't 8 years.
4 years. And the last 4 years, from the bubble up until now, that's what you put in. That's
4 years.
Up against them. That's what you're doing.
Hold on. But Chilltown, that's 4.
When he lost Shaq,
that's 3 years.
When he lost Shaq, that's when he went the other way.
Hold on, Chill. That's 3 years though. That's 3 years, Chill.
With him. However, from 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2018.
No. Those years, that was in the playoffs.
2019, 2020. That was year 4. That's my point.
No, Chill. I got it right here. Chill. The year they played in the bubble was 2019, 2020.
Right. That was year 4.
Hold on. That was 3 years because he missed 1. He was hurt. Remember?
When was he hurt?
He missed all.
No. Listen. In 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
They played the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, right?
Correct.
And in that series, Jamal Murray he led the team in scoring. He averaged 25 points a game in that series.
That's correct.
The next year, they come back. That's
when he tore his knee up the next year.
Hold on. The very next year, they came back. He tore his knee up, so he didn't play, right?
And then last year, he didn't play
2021.
And then last year, he didn't play the whole season.
Right. So now he can play the whole season. Right. So what I'm saying to you is we talked the 2 years, the year he was in the bubble, you remember Chilltown, he was dropping if he don't drop those 250 balls, they lose to the Jazz. Because Donovan Mitchell was going crazy. Did you remember that, Ron? When Spidey Mitchell was dropping 52 and Murray fell down on the court and started crying after he dropped the 50 and walked down the tunnel when he won the game a second time?
I think Spidey put 57 on him that game.
He put 2 times. 2 times to win that series. Hold on. So then that leads them to the Clippers. Then he makes all the big plays against the Clippers and strips Kawhi and them and Paul George and them down in the playoffs. Then what happened?
Joker led them in rebounding, and Joker led them in points and rebounds in that series.
No. But hold on. But Jamal Murray was a real man that was making all the big plays that series. If you remember.
So wait a minute, Ticket. Hold on. What we're doing 2 different things. First, you're telling me that he led the team in scoring in one series, and then when he doesn't, he's still the best player because he did other things. So Joker could do that. You can make the same argument for Joker. You can make the exact same argument for Joker, which is why they win the series. So those 2 things don't work out.
Explain that to me, homie.
Okay, so you just brought up a bunch of numbers about Joker. I'm sorry, you just brought up a bunch of numbers about Jamal Murray leading the team in scoring. And you said, quote, he carried him through this series. But then Joker, who leads the team in scoring and rebound against the Clippers, but Jamal Murray doesn't do that, but he's still the better player in the series because he does other things. Meanwhile, Joker, who in the Utah Jazz series was rebounding, was also scoring. I think he averaged 26 and 8 in that series. He could not have been the better player in that series because Jamal Murray led them in scoring. That logic doesn't work, Ticket.
No. I said
real quick. I take am I lagging?
Yeah, you lagging.
Okay, yes. But y'all can hear me though?
Nah, you lagging. You frozen. You freezing.
Yo, just turn your camera off. There you go.
There you go.
All right, what's up? You got something to say before we move on?
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Murray had 40 in the closeout game against the Clippers. What is he talking about?
Crazy, bro. This is crazy.
It's not crazy, bro. Hold on, time out.
You're only doing this. You're disrespecting, not disrespect, because Jamal Murray is a great basketball player, but you're discrediting Penny Hardaway just so that you can discredit Jokic.
I'm not discrediting Penny Hardaway, bro. Penny Hardaway only
you found loophole to discredit Jokic, bro.
Hold on. hold on. I'm asking you this question again. Why did Penny Hardaway and Shaq get swept in the first round? Why, if they all world like Grill Town said they are?
We talking about a second year. We talking about a second year Shaq and a rookie Penny Hardaway. That's what we talking about.
Who else you seen?
But that's what we talking about with Jamal Murray.
Who else you seen go toe-to-toe with Jordan and Pippen the way Penny Hardaway did? Who else you seen go toe-to-toe with Jordan and Pippen the way Penny Hardaway did? But tell me that.
Jamal Murray just did that with LeBron James.
I said Pippen and Jordan. I ain't talking about LeBron James.
Jamal Murray just did that with LeBron. Hold on. Jamal Murray just did that.
Who else
Jamal Murray
toe to toe with Pippen and Jordan?
Say what? See, Bob, y'all gotta cut the screws. Bob. In that series, let me say it y'all like this. The games they won against the Clippers, Jamal Murray led the team. Jokic was getting big numbers in the games they lost. In game two, hold on, I got it right here. Hold on, I got it right here. In game one, they lost. Kawhi had 29. In game two, they won. Murray had 27. In game three, hold on. In game three, they lost. In game four, they lost. In game five,
Jokic is the top 10 big man of all time. He might end up being the top 5, though, and there's nothing you can do about it. Disrespecting Penny Hardaway is not going to save you.
Bob, you can glaze them. Hey, Bob, you can get your donuts. Get your donuts glazed too, Bob. That's cool.
You can call it what you want. This is bullshit, and you know. You're wasting valuable airtime. You're lying to the people on national YouTube.
I'm not lying.
There's kids on here that have never seen Penny Hardaway play that are now going to believe it because, Ticket, you got an influence. So people are going to hear you say it.
I'm telling the truth.
Now, don't do it just because you don't want to face the facts about
Hold on. So, Bob, let me ask you a question, Bob. If Penny was so special, Bob, if Penny was so much special than Jamal Murray, why did Penny Hardaway get swept with Shaq in the first round when he was first team All NBA?
Who did they get swept by?
Nigga, they got swept by let me see.
The 72 was Chicago. Yes, it was.
That was the conference finals. That was the conference finals.
It wasn't. Hold on. No. They got swept a different time. No, they got swept a different time, Chilltown.
They got swept in the finals. They got swept in 95.
I'm talking about the playoffs, Chilltown.
Okay, so let's talk about the playoffs.
Houston in 95 and they got swept by Indiana in 94.
And Penny Hardaway was a rookie that year.
Yes, that's the years they got swept with Shaq.
Will you say real town?
And Penny Hardaway was a rook that year.
The year they got swept? They got swept by Indiana in the first round.
Yes. Penny Hardaway was a rook.
Don't ask me. Right. Hold on. So they got swept by Indiana in the first round.
And then the next year they lose in the finals. And
they lost to Houston. They got swept by Houston. And then the next year, they won 60 games. They got swept by the Bulls.
Right. Hey, but Ticket, I might be able to get with you on the De'Aaron Fox logic, though. But that's
All right, y'all. We gotta move on now. We gotta move on. I knew that was coming too. I was just waiting for that.
I thought that, Ron. I wasn't sure, but I
knew that was coming. I just didn't know if he heard it or not. But all right, y'all. We went down a crazy rabbit hole, and boy, Ticket, you are at your prime right now. I'm just gonna say that, Ticket. You are in elite mode right now.
I hope they think I'm super nasty because I'm telling the truth, bro. I'm not gonna overrate Penny Hardaway's career when all he did was have a few good years with Shaq. You take Penny's career without Shaq, doo-doo everywhere.
All right. We gotta move on because, bro, we gotta move on. But look though. Speaking of Jokic, we got to get into this game tonight, and I got to hear predictions, and I got to hear what you guys think is going to happen tonight, and in what manner. Game 4 in Miami.
Ron, you just want me to let that shit slide?
Bob, we got another show we got to get into. That was a whole nother show, but we got to get to the actual show. We got all summer for that. As much as I would.
Never gonna forget this day.
Yeah, it's gonna get brought back up. And keep in mind too, we still got super chats from that segment that we got to get to too. So we'll get back into it. But Mars, what happens tonight?
Denver win.
Under what act? How do you see them winning? How do you predict that the game will go?
Jamal Murray will show that he's better than Penny Hardaway. So they'll win the game.
Tick, you know, activated troll Mars, Tick.
How can you be serious when you've listened to an hour and a half of nonsense? I can't do that. So Jamal Murray will show that he's better than Penny Hardaway.
All right, Mars. Hold on, Mars. Here's the fishing hook. I'm reeling you back in, Mars. I'm trying to get Mars focused again. Here we go, Mars.
I don't know if I can get caught.
Here we go, Mars. I got you back on the land. All right, I got you back on the land, Mars. The sun is out. We got the boat docked. So the finals is tonight, right? The finals is tonight. When you see this crew, what are you looking at?
I thought Miami was going to lose their 2 games at home anyway. I said that before game 3. I think Denver will go up 3-1. I think last game Denver showed that they had answers to the zone. I think that's Miami's biggest calling card. I think that's what gets Duncan Robinson on the floor. So unless Miami have another alteration of the zone, which I don't know, but Eric Spoelstra is a genius. He might figure something out. I think Duncan Robinson's going to be on limited minutes again. I think Denver's offense just has too many counters to everything that Miami can throw at them. It's probably going to be, I'd assume they're going to hard double Jokic tonight and force guys like KCP and MPJ to make shots. That's probably the game plan because those guys have been selling the whole series. So you probably want to try and concede those shots towards them. But you double Jokic, someone's going to cut and it's going to be a layup. So that's the issue where I don't know what they're going to do. So that's why I have Denver winning tonight, unless Miami can shoot about 50% from 3. But Denver have done a better job defending the 3-point line in game 3. They were actually contesting shots. They were closing out better, running them off the line. So I don't see a reasonable avenue for how Miami is going to get this done besides them just having an outrageous shooting night. So I'm going to go with Denver winning tonight and going up 3-1.
Got you. Be Smooth, I'm going to ask you next. But Mars, I got one more question for you because you said the game plan is probably going to be to force the ball out of Jokic's hand and get guys like KCP and Michael Porter Jr. shots. Don't you think one of them is due for a game where they go 5 for 7, 4 for 5, something like that from behind 3?
Well, that's the problem. That's why I don't know what the answer is because I think if they try that, I think MPJ or KCP is going to knock down shots and I think that's going to kill their defense and they're going to lose. But I think if you keep playing Jokic how you're playing him, which is you trap Jamal Murray off the pick and roll, you're giving Jokic the short roll, or you're switching and you're giving Jokic post-ups with Jimmy Butler, you're going to lose that way as well. So I don't know the way to do it, but I'm not Eric Spoelstra. So he might figure something out, but for my less developed basketball mind, I can't see the avenue. So maybe Spoelstra can figure something out and then I'll see his adjustment and we'll talk about it on Monday because that's when we'll be back. And then I'll discuss that and then talk about, well, Spoelstra did this. I didn't see that, but this worked because of that. But until then, as of now, I don't see the answer. But if there is an answer, I'll talk about the answer on Monday.
Yeah, I got you. But hold on, though. Does Spoelstra need to just get away from that zone? Does he need to just get that off his mind?
If he wants to play Duncan Robinson, he has to play the zone. Because you can't play Duncan Robinson in man defense. That's why he goes to the zone.
They go after him.
Huh?
They go after him.
I think Duncan guard MPJ.
Can he guard MP? I think you said he could guard MPJ.
Yeah. He said can he, and then he said he thinks he can. Do we believe that Duncan Robinson can do that? Then
you got MPJ. He's 6'10". He'll end up crashing the glass. He'll end up making more cuts. He'll be less around the 3-point line. He'll just use him more as a physical body to get down low. Cuts, bring Duncan Robinson closer towards the basket area where Michael Porter Jr. will be more comfortable in that situation. Then the rebounding issue will be major. So that's why they go zone, because you can't play man with Duncan Robinson. And he fouls way too much. So it's just hard to play him in man defense.
You don't think he could guard KFC?
No, KCP is way too motion based, coming off dribble handoffs, way too much.
That's
movement.
true.
So, yeah,
I'm thinking just guarding 1-on-1, but I'll be forgetting Denver has a whole scheme and operation.
That's the issue. That's why they play zone with Duncan Robinson, so he doesn't have to follow everyone around the court. He just plays in his zone, and more often than not, he's just around the corner side. So it's a bit easier for him.
And Mike Malone does I'm sorry, Miles, keep going.
No, and that's because if you don't play zone with Duncan Robinson, even though he provides great spacing on the other end and he provides good minutes on the other side, what he's giving you back on the other side defensively, I don't know if it's a worthy trade-off, and I think that's Eric Spoelstra's conundrum.
I think the other thing that and I'm gonna let Be Smooth. I know you had talked to him about this. He's gonna go, but we gotta remember Mike Malone is great at hunting guys and he's going to go at. That's one of the main reasons why when Duncan Robinson is on the floor, they go to the coverages that they go to the offense that they go to, because he goes after him and he goes after him immediately. That's why they go. That's why Eric Spoelstra goes to the zone, because he can't. This guy Robinson can't cover one-on-one. So I'm sorry, Big Smooth, if I interrupt.
No, you all good. I think Nuggets in 5 regardless. I think they win tonight by 20. The only thing Miami could do, I've noticed that Denver goes on their big runs when Bam's off the floor. That third quarter, that late second quarter, maybe Bam has to match Jokic's minutes tonight. Robinson has to play. I think Kevin Love has to play more. I think he played like 14, 15 minutes last night. Play more than that. I like the zone. I think there's something dope in the second half where they were trapping Jamal Murray on the pick and roll. That kind of worked for us, a couple turnovers. Maybe you see that a little more in the game, but Miami got no chance. I'm being honest with you. No shot.
Yeah, Spo was listening to me. I'm the one who said that he should trap Jamal Murray off the pick and rolls and put some length on him. So, Spo, you're welcome.
WZ.
Yo, be smooth though.
Yo,
what would you? How much do you think they're going to win by tonight? You think it's going to be a blowout? You think it's going to be a hard-fought game?
Nah, I mean, again, Miami's going to fight in the first half, but I think last game Denver should have won by 25 points. They let that last 5 minutes blow it away. I think the same thing happens tonight, except they don't let that 5 minutes happen. They win by at least 20, 25 points, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay. So we've seen the best of Miami, and it's at this point, it's just done.
Yeah, that little Hemi Butler stuff, that's dead 2 weeks ago, bro. I'm sorry. Unless Jimmy Butler's going to score 45 points tonight efficiently, he's
That's what I'm saying. Look, and this is the thing. This is peak Jimmy Butler moment for him to come out, throw his cape on, go for a 35-point triple-double. Miami wins, and now all of a sudden we're back here on Monday talking about, is Jimmy Butler better than Dwayne Wade? I'm just saying this is the moments where Jimmy Butler thrives at the most. This is when Jimmy Butler's in the locker room laughing, smiling,
like ain't laughing now,
guaranteeing wins and then losing. Yep.
Ain't laughing. I think Aaron Gordon also gives Jimmy Butler a lot of problems. Obviously, when he's not guarding him, he can score on MPJ and KCP pretty easily. But when Aaron Gordon's on him, it's definitely difficult for him.
Okay. Chilltown. But before I get into your predictions and whatnot for the night, I do want to, because you had brought up Mike Malone and saying he's good at hunting people and whatnot.
My bad, Ron. I was on mute trying to talk to you. My bad. I don't know who gonna win tonight, man. I don't know, man. I don't have no idea, man. I don't know, bro. I'm stuck. Because Espo blowing me right now with this stuff he doing, man. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like I said before, man, my whole key is don't double Jokic and play Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
No, play Duncan Robinson. Don't double Jokic and play Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson draws so much attention coming off screens and stuff like that. He helps you because he opens up a lot of other people. The man wait till it's too late to play Duncan. Like he got something against this dude. You gonna stay strapping on to Max Struss, man. If he don't got it early, he out of there, bro. I don't got time to be playing on NBA Finals game. Keep playing those. Same thing with Gabe Vincent last game. Once you seen Gabe Vincent was flustered early, didn't have it, I'm yanking him. I got to get somebody else in here to try to save this game. He kept going with those guys and they didn't have it. He gave the game away, bro. He knew what he did. He knew he made that mistake. The minutes need to all be eradicated and given to Kevin Love. Cody Zeller minutes. Yes, those should all be Kevin Love's minutes.
I agree.
Bro, I can't emphasize this enough, man. I don't understand how you do one thing, it works, and then you go away from it the next game. I don't understand that.
Denver ain't doing that. Denver is not doing that. Whatever's working, they doing it, and they keep doing it. They do not go away.
And when something ain't working, guess what he did? He yanked Michael Porter Jr., set him on the bench.
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? He went a different route. Espo is being too loyal to those guys. Bro, you've been to the finals before with Duncan Robinson, bro. He been on this level, bro. I'm trying to tell you, Chilltown. Watch Duncan tonight. Every time he come in and catch the ball, look how the whole defense shift as soon as he catch the ball. If he's coming off a screen, like where he's coming off the top, where he's coming off a pin down, or he's coming off a guy setting the pick at the high, he's coming off like off that little curl to shoot a three. Watch how the entire defense shift, bro. That gets dudes open. If you just backdoor, like if I'm Bam and I'm at the top and I set that pick for Duncan Robinson coming up and he comes off of me to shoot the three, all Bam got to do is dunk down because he's gonna be wide open. Because the defense, they all jumping at Duncan Robinson.
Right.
But they don't do the same thing to Struss. Why? Because Struss doesn't play like that. He doesn't play like Duncan, but he doesn't come off a lot of screens and stuff. Struss is more of a spot up, you know what I'm saying? In the corner spot up type of guy. He's not doing all that other stuff. My thing is, man, look, man, you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him, man. I was so disappointed in Espo's coaching last game. His coaching was horrible, bro. And then, like I just said, man, you know, I don't know what's up with Jimmy. You know, defensively, Jimmy was a mess last game defensively. He let Jamal Murray just tear him to shreds. And these are the facts. And that's something that hadn't been said too much, is that Jimmy got cooked by Jamal Murray defensively last game. And so, like I said, man, you gotta bring it, man. But I don't know, man. Like I said, bro, them dudes, to me, this is your opportunity to take control of the series. Win game 3 and game 4. Bro, they season on the line tonight. I don't know. I'm up in the air, man. I'm stuck.
Chilltown, definitely want to hear from you about everything that you think is going to happen tonight. But you had brought it up, Ticket brought it up too, and you guys talked about Espo essentially not knowing what he got going on and if he can basically counter what Mike Malone got going on. But that's the question I want to ask you, though. Are we, like, discrediting Mike Malone and how great of a coach he is, or the jobs he's doing? Now, I know he has Jokic. I know he has Murray. But are we discrediting some of the counter moves that he's doing, his chess moves that he got going on in this series?
I think we are, simply because of his personnel, which is primarily Eric Spoelstra's problem. What we're making it look like Eric Spoelstra is doing such a great job, which he is, but we're leaving out how good of a job Mike Malone is doing because he's got better personnel. If you got better personnel and you're not adjusting to things, that makes you bad as a coach, as opposed to what Mike Malone is doing. So when they go zone, him putting Joker in the dunker spot to start, and then flash into the middle of the paint and getting switches like Gabe Vincent on him, where Mike Malone the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76, all of these teams, what they didn't do was they never really took advantage of when they had smaller guys on big guys. Mike Malone is taking advantage of that, but we look past it simply because he's got better personnel, and he should be doing that. Well, not all coaches recognize stuff like that. We see coaches all the time bumble things. We see coaches all the time fumble things when this should be this simple, and they completely go off the rails and make it more complicated than that. Mike Malone isn't doing that. He recognizes a switch, he recognizes a bad matchup, and he goes after it. He recognizes that Aaron Gordon, being the elite athlete that he is, and challenging him to be a better defender and saying, I think you can guard Jimmy Butler. If you could keep him out of the paint and make shots more difficult for him. Aaron Gordon at 6'9", playing on the perimeter, is doing that. Now, with that also being said, I do think that Eric Spoelstra has done he's done a great job with the guys that he's had. Now, I think that we're dealing primarily right now with a personnel issue. Denver seems to be back in their groove. I have a difficult time with the logic of it being effort, because guys are putting in effort. I said this to Mars a couple of days ago, that your best might just be better than my best. That don't mean I ain't trying. I am trying. And if I look at the Miami Heat and I look at the Denver Nuggets, when I watched them a couple of nights ago, it looks like they're back in their groove. Their offense is clicking again. Not only is their offense clicking again, they look like they're more cohesive. When I get Jamal Murray doubled and they jump him in the pick and roll, he gets off the ball quickly. And when he gets off the ball quickly, and he's got Joker in the mid post, or he's got Joker at the free throw line. Well, if Joker's not double, if Jamal Murray is doubled, that means Joker can operate at the free throw line wide open, and he can just get whatever he wants. That's coaching right there. That's an adjustment to coaching. So I think that we're at a point now, and I've already said this. I think the game 4 winner wins the series. I think that Denver is back in their groove right now, and I think it's going to be real hard for Miami.
I don't know, girl. I don't know, man. Just when you think Miami dead, these fools come out of nowhere,
right,
bro.
Right, you do. The coffin is in the dirt. We throwing the dirt on the coffin. Next thing you know, boom, pops up and they jump out the grave.
It could be done tonight, but I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's one of the things we gotta wait and see.
We do, but that's what we do up here. We project. I think the best of Jimmy Butler. I think we might have seen it already. Mm-hmm. And because he has been going the other way. Now, from what I understand, he's had some personal issues going on, and that could very well affect his game. A lot of people are talking about him being injured, but nobody's really 100%. Joker is beat up. I'm sure that Jamal Murray should have that rug burn on his hand. So, we got a lot of guys that are dealing with injuries. So that's part of it. But I think that
is that on the shooting hand?
No, I think it was on his left hand. But I think that we've seen the best of Jimmy Butler already. Can he get back to that? Well, it's getting late, my man. It's getting real late. And if you're going to do it, now is the time. Because if they go down 3-1, I'm having a difficult time seeing them get back in this series. Real difficult.
Chill. I think we for sure seen the best of Jimmy Butler in the playoffs as a totality.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've even scratched the surface of what he's going to do in the finals. I think tonight he easily has his best game. Easily.
And if
he's been kind of mid the whole series.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like he has to at some point. I'm banking on Jimmy Butler to be not a shell of himself. I'm banking on Jimmy Butler to give us a 28-point game at the least.
And I also think that with Jimmy Butler, I also think Bam needs to be more efficient. He had 21 shots in the last game. He missed 2/3 of those shots. And the shots that he was getting really good looks right in the mid post, in the mid range, at the rim. He was getting really good looks. He's got to be better at converting those shots to put the pressure on Joker defensively to guard. Because if those 21 shots, if that 7 for 21 is now 11 for 21, now Joker's got to guard different, right? Joker's got to attack the glass different. And I think that Miami Heat team also is outmatched defensively. When I say defensively, I mean on the defensive glass. I think they're outmatched, and I think that's been a problem throughout the series. And I just feel like Denver is getting it. I feel like they're getting back in their groove. I think it's just going to be difficult for Miami.
Did you hear Jamal Murray say Jokic is an elite defender?
I did not.
Jamal Murray need to be smart.
Yeah, he wild for that one because Joker is not an elite defender. No, he is not.
Did you hear the Portland Trailblazers say that they're going to trade Anthony Simons?
I did hear that he was on the block.
Good.
Where'd you hear that from, Ticket?
Right now, just came on Bleacher Report. They're going to trade him to get another piece with Dame. They're going to trade him in the pick. Try to get another star.
I think that makes sense. I said if they could, I think like if any team's willing to get the number 3 pick, I think it's the Clippers. I think you can go for Paul George or Kawhi. I think either one of them is possible.
And the Clippers so goofy there.
I would go for Paul George.
No,
I would go for Paul George. It's a shot.
They aren't trading Dame. Everyone knows Dame needs to go, but they aren't going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Blazers are goofy for that.
Nah, he loyal to the straw, man. They drafted him, bro. See, look, Dame is cut a different way, bro. And when you cut a different way, he cut an OG way. He thinking like the OG star, like Reggie and all those guys thought, like, yo, I want to win here. Y'all drafted me here. I built something here. I got relationships in the organization, relationships in the community that I never want to break. These kids grew up on me. They depend on me. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not over. Hold on.
How many times do you got to break up with a chick, get back with her, break up with her again, get back with her, fight with her? Hey, domestic disputes, police coming at the door.
He's never had those issues, though.
Neighbors calling the police on you, and her mama calling you, talking about, look, I just don't know if you.
He's never had those issues, though, Ron. He's never hold on. But Dame has never had those type of issues. He never really has been a dude that's really been complaining, screaming out loud, all this other stuff. He just now basically said that he wants them to make a push to do something after all these years. So I mean, listen. To his own fault, they weren't in the NBA Finals before. He the one that played up small when they were up 18 every single game against the Warriors, and they lost every single game. He played horrible. So that's on him. So all I'm saying to you is this. They owe it to him to try to give him the best shot. And if it means trading Simons, trading Nurk and those guys trying to get a big piece, no, I'm saying, hold on, bro, when you're a great player, you feel like all I need is one other great player with me, and I can go get it. I don't need a super team. Just give me one other great player, and if we healthy, we ready to roll. He has had good play. Hold on. He's had good play. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you as example. Right now, PG is in his prime. He's a great player. Regardless of what you think, PG's a Hall of Famer. Hold on. PG's a Hall of Famer. That makes you a great player. Paul George is a lock Hall of Famer. That makes you a great player. He's in his prime. He just made the All-Star team again last year.
Paul George doesn't move the needle. Get out of retirement too. He's a Hall of Famer.
I don't hold on, but Ron, here's what I'm saying. I still think that, along with one other move that they make, they're gonna, because there ain't gonna be that move, but I think it'll be one other move they make. I think that's enough for them to really try to. Because I think Memphis comes down. We don't know what's going on with the Warriors right now. They look like they're in limbo. They don't know what to do with those young guys. Then you got the situation, Zion out here, got a girl putting all his text messages all over the place, Ron. That situation's a mess. And listen, why y'all joking?
I like what you're talking about. I know you about to go. I like it.
Why you joking, Ron? Why you joking? If I was Dame, I'd tell him, go get me Zion.
For real.
Go get me Zion. Go get me Bootylicious over there. Go get me Zion, right? Because he like all the booty in town. Go get him, right? And we'll make sure he's straight up here, but we'll keep him in check, let him play. And because now if you get him and Zion together, if Zion can stay relatively healthy, now Ron, that changes things now. Because now you still keep Big Nurkic. You got a big center besides Zion that can help you do all the auxiliary stuff. You got Zion. You got Dame. You got Shaedon Sharpe. You got who else they got on that roster? They could try to bring back Jeremy Grant.
He got to come if that's the case.
I like that right there. I don't know if Fluent like that, but I like that. Fluent, do you like the booty goon going over there to Portland?
Booty goon.
Is he gonna play?
I'm saying if he plays. Yeah.
Is he street clothes Zion or is he playing on the court Zion?
No. He's on the court Zion. He's on the court Zion.
Of course, if he's playing, every team would want Zion. He's a beast.
No. I'm saying no. We're trying to figure out does he make Portland a contender with him, Jeremy Grant, Dame, Nurkic, Shaedon Sharpe, Justice Winslow, and all those guys.
You have to trade the third pick
and sign.
Yeah, they're trading the pick and Anthony Simons.
But that's not going to be enough for Zion. They're going to Shaedon Sharpe's going to have to go too.
Oh, right now? Hold on, right now?
I don't know about that.
Right now, bro?
Yeah.
Yes. His reputation is damaged, bro. This man got a fat clause in his contract. The girl just went online and said the reason why he's fat, y'all, is because he got soda cans all in the bathroom over here.
But the money doesn't make sense.
I ain't trading Shaedon Sharpe. Me personally.
You like Shaedon Sharpe that much?
The money doesn't make sense, though, guys.
If I'm Portland, I'm trading Dame and rebuilding on Shaedon
Thank
Sharpe.
you, Bars. It's over. You drugged this into the ground for how many years? 12 years? 11 years?
There's no benefit for either party. At this point, Dame's getting paid. He gets paid regardless. He's not going to win in Portland. Portland's aren't going to have the opportunity to do anything besides being mediocre until Dame goes. Both teams, no one's benefiting. Like it's just everyone's wasting their time. But rebuild around Shaedon Sharpe or trade him to Houston. We'll take.
If Scoot drops to 3, I'm drafting Scoot. I'm moving off Dame, and I'm starting over with Simons. And
and that's the thing. Because Charlotte are probably going to take Brandon Miller as well. And if you get Scoot is no reason to
Scoot and Simons is Dame and CJ McCullough 2.0.
Let's be very clear. We know the top 3 picks. It's Wemba, Miller, Scoot. That's the order it's going in.
Right.
Even though Charlotte should take Scoot, but they won't.
How are you doing, Fluent?
Should they?
Yes.
Why?
Scoot is so much better than Brandon Miller. It's not even like.
No. I think it's because of LaMelo Ball. Though. I move off LaMelo Ball if I was Charlotte.
I don't like him, Ticket.
I just play both.
Hold on, Ticket, because I'm feeling LaMelo Ball. I think the problem that we have.
He don't play no D. He don't play no D. He take bad shots. He's not a good leader. And also, like I said, man, I'm gonna use the fact that he did make one All-Star team, and I'm gonna use that to get up off of him. I think Scoot is a lot better than him.
Because I'm looking at
I think they'll be great together. The same way I think Cade and Jaden Ivey will be great together when Cade comes back next year.
And he's always getting hurt now, Chilltown. And like I said, I ain't with all that, man. He's getting hurt a lot. He's thin. He ain't really put on no weight. I don't go that route, bro.
So he might be made of glass, and I don't like
that. I move him and the other boy. Pete, what's the other boy that didn't play last year? What's the other boy that didn't play?
Bridges.
Oh, Miles Bridges.
I move both of those guys, man. I move him, Rozier. I move all.
Rozier has to go. I
clean all those guys up.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
That's what Fluent would do if he was running the organization. Fluent would go in there with a mop and a broom and clean all that stuff up.
Blow it up.
I ain't trading LaMelo though, but I'll trade Terry Rozier.
Oh no, I'd blow it up. I'd get rid of everybody.
But Ticket or Fluent, what is there to blow up?
Stinks. If your I've said this a million times. If your team stinks, right? either stink all the way and get like a top 2-3 pick, which they're going to have. Just don't settle for mediocrity. Do not be team, 15 pick to 20 pick or 12 to 22. That's the worst possible thing you could be. So if you're in that, if you're the 15th team, do something drastic, because that is the worst place you can be in the NBA, because you're never going to be good enough. It's Portland. You're never going to be good enough. You're never going to be bad enough. Portland's very lucky they had a bad year, and now they're getting the 3rd pick. But to sit in mediocrity is the worst thing if you want to win a championship. Now, you can be if your fans are dumb enough to sell out your stadium, buy tickets, and believe in the hope that you're gonna be good. Then stay there. Stay just good enough to make the playoffs. Stay just good enough to maybe win a round. Sell hope.
Like Philly was, like Philly was doing with Boston.
If you want to win, you got to go all in.
I think LaMelo, Scoot, and Mark Williams can be a good trio.
I love Mark Williams, Mars. The Knicks screwed this up. I love that kid. I've said it in the past. He's better than Mitchell Robinson today. The Knicks screwed up passing on him. They screwed that one up.
I would build around those core 3, and Gordon Hayward's going to be on the
now, Tone, I'll say something about your team up there in Canada. I tell you what I would do. I would give up that boy y'all overrate up there. What's that wing's name they got? Chilltown.
OG or Scott?
I would package him and old boy and for Zion.
Hey yo, Ticket. We got like 4 or 5 wings that they overrate up here. Which one?
No, I'm saying OG. I would give up OG, and I would let the big fella walk for Zion. For Zion and what you call it?
I would never trade for that fool Zion. He ain't gonna be healthy. He's too big. He hutching.
No. But listen, I'm putting him in a different country. You know what I'm saying? No, with the big dude. I would. It would be a package deal. I would give you Zion, and I would get off of CJ McCollum, and you give me OG and Siakam.
CJ, Jesus Christ.
Yo, be smooth.
Yo,
what's your
like
thoughts
CJ?
on all of this?
Because he's younger. Hold on, Zion's younger.
I will say this about Zion to Toronto. I wouldn't do it, but Zion to Toronto. Toronto proved with Kawhi, we know how to take care of injured people.
A fact. And I like, and look, and I kind of like it for his discipline too. He don't have too much to get into. Well, he can get into some stuff, but it's better. I like how you guys run y'all's program up there with the guys and stuff like that. I think that a team with him, if you can bring back Van Fleet, if you can bring back Scotty Barnes, if you got him,
no Van Fleet, no.
Well, I'm saying him, CJ, Van Fleet, CJ, Scotty Barnes, Zion, and then the other big dude y'all just got from the Spurs. I kind of like that line.
Another team that can't shoot. That's just another team.
I don't know if Sergio Garlasolo, this coach they're gonna hire. I don't know if how he would handle that team though.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, have you guys got a new coach yet?
No, not yet. But they're having a second interview with Sergio, whatever his last name is. I can't say last names.
Incoming, JJ incoming. Here comes JJ.
Yo, be smooth. I would like to hear any trade scenarios that you may have in terms of Damian Lillard and the Blazers, and also Zion Williamson and the Pelicans. Do you have anything brewing or cooking up?
I don't got anything cooking up because I don't like the whole salary cap and the money situation. But if I'm Dame, I want to go with Joel Embiid because if Harden's going to dip, I'd rather go play with Joel Embiid. If you're Dame, I want to go play with another superstar. Just him being with Anthony Simons or Scoot Henderson is not good enough. I'm sorry. Me and you're 12 or you 13.
How about Damon Tatum? Did you guys talk Damon Tatum yet?
I wouldn't.
No.
Wouldn't do it.
Jaylen Brown. I would give up Jaylen Brown in a deal for.
I'd trade Dame for Zion. I'd trade Dame for Zion.
No, don't say that.
I would.
Don't say that.
That's not really all of that bad.
And put Dame back with CJ in New Orleans?
No. CJ's gone. I'm getting rid of CJ too. But I trade Dame for Zion. I'll do Dame and Brandon Ingram.
I'm telling be smooth. I'm telling be smooth over there. I trade his boy Jaylen Brown for Zion, and that gives them the big man they need over there.
We have way too many guards. Then you have Derek White, Brogdon, Smart. We have way too many guards.
No. I said for Zion. I'm saying Jaylen Brown. I'm saying Jaylen Brown.
Trade from last night. I had Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart going to Portland for the 3rd pick, and was it Simons?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Simons, because then Jaylen Brown becomes the number 1. Jaylen Brown becomes the number 1. You got Scoot.
I missed the playoffs. Yeah.
They wouldn't make the playoffs, but go ahead, keep going.
No, they got Jaylen Brown. Listen, be smooth to tell you. They're winning the West.
I've been trying to appreciate
in the West.
I would like that.
There you go. See?
He wants him with the Rockets. He wants him with the Rockets, Toe. Mars wants Jaylen Brown with the Rockets.
Who doesn't want Jaylen Brown?
No, I don't. I want Jaylen Brown to stay where he is in Boston, and I would trade Dame for Zion. That's why I'm keeping Jaylen Brown out of this. I'm not trading him. Dame for Zion is what I would do.
No, that's what. But I just said it to you. You said you don't want Dame with CJ. That will put Dame back.
Yeah, I'm trading CJ too, but it's a different trade. I'd figure out something to do with CJ, but I'm trading him too. If Washington want to blow up, I'll give up some picks for Bradley Beal or Porzingis. I'll get Dame. I'll go Dame for Zion, CJ for Porzingis. I'll do what I need to do, and then you get Porzingis.
You brought that. You brought that.
Porzingis. My man is putting together a team of misfits with way too much money. You're gonna be paying so much salary cap, luxury tax.
CJ's money would match with Porzingis. I'm assuming somewhere similar. Dame and Zion match up because Zion's getting his 30. Okay, they don't match up because
isn't Dame dude?
Dame's on like 50. So you probably have to add Valanciunas to that trade.
Dame's last 2 years.
Zion and Valanciunas for Dame. Zion and Valanciunas for Dame. Then you do CJ for Porzingis, and you probably have to add a pick on top of CJ to get.
So your team's gonna be Dame, BI,
Dame, Herb Jones, BI. At the 4, I don't know who you run, and then Porzingis at the 5. That's why I would.
Kid Trey Jones.
Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy. Yeah, Trey Murphy can play. Trey Murphy can play in the 3 or the 4. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would have Dame, BI, Porzingis as my big 3, and then some defense and spacing around them, and then you still got Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels off the bench, Jackson Hayes, who isn't really good, but Jackson Hayes. That's what I would do.
Sounds like a playing team to me.
Mars is all about making money.
Wait, Mars. What did you say about Jackson, Mars?
Hope. That's a mid-team.
Jackson Hayes hasn't really panned out how people expected.
Okay, yeah, I still got faith in Jackson being a really solid backup center. Which it doesn't sound all that glorious, but you need a good backup center to make something happen.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a backup big for your whole career. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'd try and get Dame in New Orleans if I'm.
Hey, but Fluent, I was saying that to you about the Raptors. They do have to make a shakeup to me. I think they can't, even with a new coach, I don't see that team going forward like that. I don't see them as a real contender. I think if you do shake it up and you get a guy like Zion, if he can give you 65 games in the regular season, I think that him with Scotty, with Van Fleet, with a CJ McCollum, with a Pirtle, you can get him back. I like that team in the East, man.
I'm really surprised because when the Kawhi thing came up, that's not typical kind of Raptors thing to make that. That was a risky trade when you think about it. Giving up a guy like the first star. I know Mars loves DeRozan, but the first star player who wanted to be in Canada, wanted to re-sign with the Raptors, right? Like a kid from Compton saying, "Yo, I'm Toronto." That's my told him to trade that guy that loved so much, to trade Pascal Siakam's best friend in that trade with Jakob Poeltl. So you just trade Kyle Lowry's best friend in DeMar, your best player, and your second best kind of player, up and coming star in Pascal, his best friend, to bring in Kawhi and Danny Green to say, hey, let's make that. That's a risky trade. Now it panned out. They won a chip. So that was uncharacteristic for the Raptors to have any success, because just big free agents aren't going to sign there. So you know what? They have to kind of take a chance, and Zion might do that. What they did last year, saying we're going to do this whole, what was it? The Toronto 6'9" or 6'7" or whatever, right? Where's all these long defenders that could play every position. They didn't stick to it, so it didn't work, and they didn't have the right coach because he didn't believe in it. And so now you're right. They got to make a significant change. Absolutely.
I don't think they're going nowhere. I don't think you're going nowhere with Siakam right now. I think he's going to be a great player, put up great numbers. But I don't think that I think Zion's effect on wins and losses is better than what Siakam's is. So that's, to me, if I could get off of him, and I think Siakam helps.
It's the It's the same problem Toronto has right now. They're a very talented team, and whoever says you're glad I'm not the GM, trust me, I do better than who's there right now. If I was, the thing is with Siakam, you don't have a guy who can score in the last minute. You don't. That's what they're missing. They don't have a guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why you get CJ.
Fred VanVleet.
No.
That's why I told her you bring CJ.
I don't think Zion gets that done either. So
no, but I'm saying CJ. I said that's why you bring CJ with him. I told you that. I said I would start Fred VanVleet, CJ McCollum, Scotty Barnes, Zion Williamson, and Pirtle.
There's not enough basketballs to go around for all the shots that Fred VanVleet and CJ want to take. That's not going to work.
No, but CJ showed he can scale that back this year or this past year in New Orleans. CJ scaled
VanVleet didn't.
No, but I'm saying CJ
back.
But I like CJ's veteran leadership coming over there, in his know-how. I like that influence, and also I would like the mix of a guy like Scotty Barnes and Zion. I think that would be hard to stop those because Scotty Barnes is like a lunch pail guy.
Oh yeah, I appreciate
Fluent. VanVleet was auditioning this year though. Fluent, don't forget. Remember, you know he was auditioning for this upcoming contract. So I'm not saying that to say
he failed the audition.
He failed the audition. He was like that's field goal and 3-point shooter in the league.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just going to get to, Mars. I'm not saying his audition was successful. I'm just saying in his mind, I think he was like, let me show that I can fill it up a little bit so I can get paid. That's just where my mind is with VanVleet.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Fluent. I think for the least bit, it gets you second round of the playoffs.
They can do that already.
No, they can't. They didn't do it this year.
That they didn't do it this year because the coach lost the team and they had some injuries and there's a bunch of excuses. But they could have. They had the talent to do it.
Tone, come on, man.
Like, you want to get to the second round? Like, that's your goal? Like,
hold on, but Tone, where would they have finished in the regular season? If they would have bought into the coach, where would they have finished in the regular season?
Like the year before, they would have been kind of 4 or 5. Yeah, that's the kind of team they're built to be. That 4 or 5, maybe 6 seed. That's what they're built to be.
I don't think Toronto can make trades until they have their new coach. There's no point making a trade.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have to get your coaching first.
Now the coaching thing's taking way too long too.
I thought you'd already figured it out, but I guess not.
That's the
Just
idea.
get JJ Redick and call it a day.
Right.
Well, don't say we. Like, we have our coach. It's Darvin Ham, but they.
Yeah, I apologize.
But that's the idea when you're getting off a coach. Especially when it's mutual, that means that you already see somebody.
I don't think it was mutual.
I'm sure it was.
I don't think so. Yeah. He wouldn't have gone to Philadelphia.
I think they just called it amicable.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone to Philadelphia if it was mutual.
Ron's not here, so how do we host the rest of the show?
Looks like that's what we do. It's us against the world.
Mars, you should have been the host. We wouldn't have to listen to that Jamal Murray.
Go ahead, chill, and then we're going to more super chats.
Right.
Watch this.
So
we'll go to 57 faster than anyone. Go.
He turned down the Phoenix job because he looked at that job and thinking, "Yo, this might be a disaster, and I don't want anything to do with it."
He turned down KD and Book for Embiid.
He turned for the league MVP, and he's looking at that job like, yo, maybe this job could be. I don't think it's personal more than it is something that I can probably do something with. Maybe this team defense is something that they're missing. That Phoenix situation, he's looking at that like, yo, this might be a disaster, and I don't want nothing to do with this. Nope.
All right. That's fair.
Ron's back.
All right, fellas, let's get around to these super chats. Yeah, it's about that time. Yo, shout out V Rose.
Go ahead, Ron.
For starting the show off with is Jokic a top 12 center all time if he's Finals MVP?
All right, here's the next one from Le'Veon Rose. Is Jokic a top 12? I can't even see it.
Host Fluent.
Did you hide it on me? What did you do? Ron came in and stole it from me.
Hey, yo, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
That was uncool. You made me look bad. I was about to read the better one. Go ahead.
Drip Bayless said, if you're the Clippers, would you rather have Russ or CP?
Russ.
I don't even know. I don't even know, honestly.
Bob, what you looking at, man? Bob,
can I pick neither?
Come on.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that the Spurs are looking at Chris Paul?
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't think that's a bad move if he wants to come and play a teaching position. as well as maybe if they can attract another free agent or do a trade.
Nah, you can't have no more old dudes over there hurt. You can't have no more. They already got them stacked to the top. You need a guy like Russ who can play every game.
What? See, with the Clippers?
Yeah,
man.
So
this is my thing. When it comes to health and pace and tempo, I can see Russ. But I'll take CP3 and he can play 15 minutes a game, and that's better than Russ playing.
No, but you can't. But you can't depend on him. He gets hurt every year in the playoffs.
This what I'm saying though, Tiki. I will bring Chris Paul over there, and he won't play until the end of January.
But he still gets hurt in every play. He gets hurt in the playoffs.
I'm willing to take that chance. I'm willing to take that chance before I bank my franchise on them two hurt cats plus Russell Westbrook. Now I love Russ and I respect his tenacity. I respect his play, but we're not gonna win that way. So we might as well just not play Chris Paul.
Chris Paul can play 80 games, 60 games, 40 games, 20 games. It doesn't matter. When come playoff time, he's gonna get hurt. It doesn't matter how much he plays. You can start him.
What is Russell Westbrook gonna do for us, Floyd?
Well, be smooth. Who are you taking?
Both of them out.
All right, y'all. Let's keep it pushing. Gabe Stop said, "Love the show. I'm a big fan of I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan. Where does the panel have him ranked right now?
Below Jaylen Brown?
I think he's
top 30.
I was thinking like top 25.
Top 30.
I'd say top 30. Top 30 sounds like
right above Jaylen Brown.
Below him.
Nah, don't Tiki. You said Anthony Edwards is better than Penny Hardaway.
No, he is. He's a better basketball. For me, he's better. He got more skills.
Wait, so that means Penny Hardaway right now would be he wouldn't be top 25.
Mars, if Penny Hardaway was in the NBA right now, he would arguably be the best player in the NBA.
Mars, I'm not lying, bro. I do think Jamal Murray.
We don't need to move on. We don't need to.
I'm saying no. I do. I know. I'm just saying I do believe it. I truly believe Jamal Murray is a better basketball player than Penny Hardaway.
Fluent, when I tell you missed quite the episode, you missed.
Fluent will probably agree with me. Dude, Penny Hardaway only had 3
I can't believe you zoomed in when I'm eating my chicken wing.
Penny only had 3 or 4 good years in the league. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
Simmons with a jump shot. Get out of here.
Yeah,
thanks. 3-4 years in the league, man. Come on, bro.
Yo, Penny Hardaway would be arguably the best player in the NBA right now.
That's too far.
Okay, that's way too far the other way. Oh my!
Did you see that picture I sent to you of Ben Simmons? By the way.
Yeah, he the anti-Zion Williamson right now. I might have to cheer for Ben Simmons. He have a comeback here this year.
That can't be real.
That's real.
It's edited. He is bigger though. There was the unedited picture. It was like,
okay.
But he is working out. So.
Oh, good for him.
All right, fellas, moving along to the next super chat from Angie Carr. She said, by the time Ron finishes those super chats, Zion's going to be drafted first overall.
Zion's son is
going to be drafted first overall and win the Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and Finals MVP in the 2042 NBA Finals. He has 2 sons, though. Angie on the way. Which one?
Hold on. FYI, 3. Actually, 3. FYI, I have the top 10 Angie Zionisms. I'm going to put them all together. I got the top 10 list. Angie sent them to me, so we're going to be posting the top 10 Zion-isms. If you don't know what I mean by Zion-isms, yesterday Angie on every show kind of went a little bit crazy in a good way on the super chats and shared with us some of these gems. I'll give you a couple as freebies. Zion, stay busting ass, just not on the court. Zion he is unmatched, just not on the court. Zion shot wet AF, just not on the court. So we've got the top 10 of those, and we're going to share those with you thanks to Angie Carr. So we will be posting those shortly. Good job, by the way.
AK said, I just want to thank all of you for this show. I love the energy. Everyone speaks real hoops. Who would win in a 1v1, 2 dribbles, Ticket versus Bob?
Bob ain't got no jump shot, so he done. Hey, look, but let me say this to y'all, right? Y'all know Zion got a tape out now. That girl said he got a tape out.
Wait. Hey, Ticket, stop playing with me, yo.
I'm not lying. The girl came out today.
Wait a minute, Ticket. We got this dude on film? That's what y'all to tell me?
I mean, look who he's associated with. What you mean do we got him on film?
We all got tape.
What are we doing?
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second.
About 15 people just left the screen to go look for that.
Nah. Look. I don't give a damn about Zion freak ass. What you say, Tiki? What you say about that super chat 1v1?
Because you ain't got no jumper.
All right, y'all better tune in on PC weekend. Y'all better make sure y'all tune in. And I'm not playing if it ain't live stream. That's all I got to say about that.
About 15 people
did
just
Tiki give you the breaking news of the trade that the Nuggets made or no?
So shout out to those 15 people.
Nah. Talk to us about the Nugget. Damn, and Ticket dipped right after that. Ticket went to go see it too.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the video.
Ticket broke the news on it and then went to go watch it. That's fire.
Did you not see, like, in the middle of the finals, the Nuggets, who are playing in the finals, traded draft picks with OKC? I don't even think you should be allowed to do that.
I thought there was a trade deadline. What happened?
I know they traded picks. So obviously, OKC has a bunch of picks. So they traded like a first rounder and a second rounder, and then next year's second rounder to Denver for their like 2027 first rounder protected pick. Like, they just swapping picks all over the place. I don't get it. Like, trade deadline, and your team's in the finals. It was weird. I guess you guys didn't see it. I can pull it up if you want the exact details of the trade.
I didn't see that.
It's just I seen it was a bunch of picks swapped. I wasn't able to see. It was a lot of picks involved, so I wasn't able to see.
Yeah, it was like five picks going kind of back.
It's cool because Oklahoma City got 26 of them, so they can hand over 5.
Oh, yeah. So the Denver Nuggets are acquiring the 2024 first and second round pick and the 2023 second round pick from OKC. OKC will get a protected 2029 first round pick. So what OKC is trying to do is, because they have 75 picks, they're just trying to spread them out over the years versus having them all bunched together. And Denver, knowing that because of the new the new CBA, it's gonna be hard to get veteran guys. They're just gonna load up, low salary young guys instead. So you're gonna see a lot of that happening with the new CBA.
Something else I did read, just a little fun fact about this whole trade, is that Denver's going to get the lesser of any of their first round picks. So if the lowest first round pick from OKC is the 25th pick, that's the pick that Denver's going to get. But they still get a first round pick. Mm-hmm. Moving along, Q English said, y'all talk about technological advances and advances on therapy and medicine for LeBron. Why can't Jokic benefit from it also? This is when we were talking about Jokic, his longevity.
Because he's fat.
Gotcha.
Not only that, you talking about LeBron, like everybody takes care of their body like LeBron does.
And not everyone takes PEDs. So
whoa.
No. Because you guys don't know the truth. Have you ever watched the show Black Lightning or read the comic book Black Lightning? They messed around with that water in Akron, Ohio. That's how you got Super Soldier Steph and Super Soldier LeBron. They built different, bro. They're different.
How come everybody
that makes sense, Fluent.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to do a whole story about it. The Black Lightning, the whole TV show, is actually built around Steph and LeBron. They just switched the names around to protect the innocent. I'm telling you.
Shout out Akron Water.
And maybe that means Jokic. Maybe Jokic is that dude from Moldova coming to destroy them. I don't know, but it looks eerily similar.
Jacob, whatever your name is, who just sent that super chat, we appreciate the $5 that you just sent us. Thank you very much, show. But just so you know, we got the #1 show on the internet. So we don't lose credibility. In fact, we gain credibility. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Because we have that credibility. So
yeah, y'all stick with me. You're going places.
Doja said, chill. Why do you have Joker a pass for defense? Why do you give Joker a pass for defense with his effort? But when it comes to AI, he gets no credit for his effort because he played hard all game.
I never said that. I never said that those two. I never did not give Allen Iverson credit for his defense. I never said Allen Iverson was a terrible defender. That was Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson said he wasn't a good defender. Allen Iverson was a great pass lane defender. That's who he was. I never said anything about Allen Iverson not being a good defender. That was Allen Iverson who said that. So,
did you hear that?
Donovan said
LeBron's mom went to Washington when he was born.
Which Washington? Like Washington?
DC, Super Soldier. I'm telling you.
I don't get it. I don't know.
Me neither. Big up.
You don't watch Black Lightning.
I don't get it.
No, I don't.
All right, you should watch it.
I don't watch that. I don't watch that.
Oh, they're here.
He said Black Lightning. He said this for the streets. Black Lightning's back. Yeah, you should watch it.
Donovan Samuel said, "Be smooth, back for redemption. I respect it."
Well, I got to dip here in a couple of seconds. However, I was seeing people say "be cooked" or "smooth cooking." I had to come back on the show. There's no one to let that slide. No shot. No shot.
I'm back. I can't get my ass busted to just leave.
Nah, it was also 8-on-1 too. I ain't gonna hold you, but go ahead.
It was just a bad day for you, Be Smooth. It was just like it was a bad day for other characters on this show too. And you see, usually it ends up being one on whoever else is up here. It tends to be like that.
Yeah,
just depending on who's willing to jump off the highest cliff. Q English said, "I don't know. Lately, Ticket been a stat guy.
Lately, okay, interesting."
I'm not gonna lie. Mars, once you start pointing that out, I kind of realized it. Ticket be in them stats. Real basketball reference, like
people don't listen. You just hear the loud noises, but if you actually listen, it's just points per game, rebounds per game. You guys just don't listen, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I hear the true shooting numbers. I hear that.
Well, stats that matters because heart and leadership aren't a real thing.
Mars, is it possible at all? Like, I just want to get a quick take from you, Mars. Is it possible at all that maybe Ticket didn't or doesn't watch as much basketball as he leads on?
I've been saying that for months.
Attacking Ticket when he's not here.
I said this while he was here.
He the one that jumped off. I ain't kick him off.
Oh, no, I disagree. I think Ticket watches just as much basketball as any one of you guys.
Fluent trying to save face, so when he come and kick the screen
down. Maybe current basketball, maybe in the playoffs he started watching Jokic finally, maybe. But during the regular season, no.
Hey Mars.
I got a question. How much basketball Mars watches? Because he's on Player's Choice about 12 hours a day. I know he doesn't sleep. He watches football about 6 hours a day. How much more time is the day? There's only 24 hours.
I'm not gonna lie. I barely watch football. I barely watch it.
Oh, but you have a show called Footy, so you watch it without watching? You talk about it without watching?
I got asked to do the show solely because I'm English and have an English accent. I don't.
Well, that makes sense.
I know way more about basketball than football. I know.
Now Fluent. Now I gotta ask you, Fluent, because it seems like maybe you're just saying that because Ticket gonna pop up like the boogeyman any minute.
No, because I hear the things that he says and I actually listen. And you guys get cluttered by the yelling. I can go through it because I got twins, and so
cluttered is an amazing word.
Thank you. I hear the stuff that he says, and it's like that's actually happened in a game. So I'm like, okay, I got that. That makes sense.
No, I listen. I just hear. I also hear all the
listen. It's like when Low comes up here and says, back in the day, only blah blah blah. Well, then you're part of the 10% that watched more than one game a week. Well, yeah. What percentage of people do you think watch now?
Yeah, Low be chatting too. I've had to cook Low like 3 times this week.
Oh, so there you go.
No. Fluent. Well, Low comes up here and says be 98% bullshit.
All right. Well, you know what? This is my declaration that I stand with Ticket. So I think he watches basketball.
I think he watches. I think he's been watching.
Ticket. If you're watching, it's not you.
I don't believe Ticket
versus World. I got you.
I don't believe Ticket has been watching the 90s.
Fluent. Is that why he always says, I know Fluent would agree with me. Fluent, watch this. I know Fluent got me. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Officer Ricky with the super chat. He said Shaq's ability depended a lot on him bullying people. Once his athleticism left, he was done. Jokic works on touch. Worry about your hero Butler. Lick it.
Shaq still had some great longevity though. So I mean, he lasted pretty long.
He did play for 30 all 30 teams. Like that is impressive.
He was first
Jay Bird.
First team All NBA when?
In year 14.
In year
14. 05? Was that 05?
05, 06. That was year 14.
That's impressive. I don't care who you are.
Jay Bird said, hard to rank these two players because their play styles are so different. In my opinion, in the end, you could argue both of them, and they could flip-flop in other rankings.
Is that Jamal Murray and Penny Hardaway?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's not hard to compare. It's not.
No, it's not.
That was Shaq and Joker.
Oh, okay.
But I guess you could apply it to them too. MP13 said respectfully, the statement Shaq was somewhat close to Jokic passing, then to say Spurs jump Shaq with multiple bodies for him to shoot poorly and not increase his facilitating doesn't compute.
Why doesn't it? Why doesn't it compute? I don't understand that. When you got a guy who Shaq, I think I know where you're going with this. If Shaq is just as good a passer as Joker, then they would have converted more. Well, they did. If you remember, they beat the Spurs that year in 5 games. They smoked them dudes. Not only did they smoke them dudes, Shaq's production went down because again they jumped him. I'm not saying that Shaq is the same passer that Joker is, but Shaq is a great passer. I don't think Joker is miles ahead of him as a passer, but I do think Joker is a better passer than Shaq.
I think he's a miles better passer. So.
Eli the Misfit said, Chat is lame. Y'all said 44 is bad, like 47 isn't for Jokic standards. It's the same type of drop-off. Stop it.
Or you could use true shooting.
Mm.
But that 0-2 Spurs series was just an excellent defensive series anyway. Like, if you go back and watch the series, which you can find on the internet, neither team was scoring very well. That was just 2 great defensive teams going at it for that whole series. So using Shaq's field goal percentage, I mean, okay, but no one really scored particularly great in that series besides Kobe. Kobe played very well in that series.
Yeah,
so
33 a game in that series.
So yeah, maybe stop just looking at the field goal percentage and stuff. I don't think either team scored 100 in that series, but I could be wrong. But don't quote me on that. But it was a defensive series.
The Tribe One said Jokic top 5 offensive player in the history of the league. Maybe top 3, maybe 1. We'll see. Offensive impact wise, Jokic is already above Shaq.
No, I don't think so. Not offensive impact wise. I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because they changed the rules for Shaq. They ain't changing as good as skilled as Joker is. They didn't change the rules for him.
But he does take advantage of the current rules.
Absolutely, he does.
Something to be said about that.
100%.
So, do you think Charles Barkley is better offensively than Jokic as well?
Do I think Charles Barkley is better? No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. No.
Okay.
No.
You get why I asked that, though, right? Because of the rule change, the 5-second back to the basket, because he used to abuse that. And
they changed the rules for him. Yeah.
So
they did, but they changed the rules for him because that was something different. So like him back pounding the basketball. Shaq was just a force that just couldn't be reckoned with. So him kind of like what was going on with Chamberlain, where they had to widen the lane for Chamberlain, or like they had to add 3 seconds because he was just that much of a force. When you got Charles Barkley just pounding the basketball, number one, that slows the game down. Not only does it slow the game down, it's just not good for business. Shaq being around the basket and Shaq being as dominant as he is. Well, wait a minute. We got to at least make this fair. And with Shaq, at some point, it was becoming unfair.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to add to it. The difference was they changed the rule to help stop Shaq because he was dominating players. They stopped the rule for Barkley because he was wrecking the game. It wasn't. He
was just ruining.
He was ruining the game. It wasn't like you couldn't stop him when he did that. It was just like what a bore to watch him dribble for 10 seconds.
Charles, get off the ball, man. Damn.
And then so
Miles Left said shooting 44% and all your shots come from within 10 feet is egregiously bad.
Well, when you're going up against elite defense, then I mean we're talking about something.
Depends on the era.
Yeah.
People say that about Bill Russell, but then when you look at it, his first 5 or 8 years, whatever it was, that was top 5 in the league.
So the going rate.
Yeah.
But
I did hear Ticket say though that field goal percentage when you take more jump shots it doesn't mean as much, and that's why some guys who's more jump shot based can have a lower field goal percentage. And Jokic definitely takes more jump shots than Shaq did, so that wouldn't really help his case. But I do agree with you guys that if you go against an elite defense, your efficiency is going to drop, and that's just common sense. But
it's also so hard. Sorry for the food in my mouth, but it's also really hard when up until 98, you didn't know what distance. So 0 to 30.
They didn't even track it before then.
Yeah, so you don't even know where they were really shooting from.
Right.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, I don't know why you guys keep throwing all the quote unquote greats numbers out there. Like Jokic isn't averaging 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists on 75% field goal shooting.
And he is awesome right now, 100%. The all-time greats numbers, we throwing those out because they did that over the course of time. We're projecting with Joker. That's the difference.
Strange cool guy said, I think it's time to revisit this convo. Who's better offensively?
No, it is not.
Jokic or Giannis?
No, it is not. No, it's not.
That conversation's done?
Done.
Jokic.
I've already see. Unlike okay, again, we're on a debate show, guys.
You can say unlike some.
Unlike some, we're on a debate show, and sometimes we'll say something and then think about it later on, like, damn, I was wild for that. And the worst part about doing something like that, if you don't say it was wild, you was wild for that. The worst part about that is doubling down on it, knowing what you know now, going, nah, I'm still going to stick to my guns. I watch Joker and I watch Giannis. Initially, I'm watching Giannis going, I think Giannis is a better offensive player. Then I started watching Joker a little bit more, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I think you're wrong, man. You need to watch this dude a little bit more. He doesn't do what that guy does. So that's not true what you just said. So I had to walk that back. And I am comfortable coming off of that. Not like right now, like, well, Mars, we could revisit this conversation in 6 months. No. Joker is a better offensive player than Giannis, period.
That's weak. Stick to your guns. KD ain't no superstar. Stick to your guns.
Oh, my God.
Savon Muzan said, Lowe had a nice wake and bake this morning. My Lord, I can't believe we talking about Jokic like this. Dude yesterday got stat muse comparing Shaq and Kobe to Jokic and Murray. Y'all voices are loud. Stop this nonsense, Lowe.
Was Lowe on the show today?
Yes, he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lonnie Williams said Nuggets just traded the first-round pick from OKC. If they package that with MPJ, who could they get? Bradley Beal?
Hey, Lonnie, Lonnie, listen, man. The days of the super teams, that's about to be over. So no more of that. The CBA is going to throw a monkey wrench in all of that. All the Lonnie, Bradley Beal just signed a $200 million deal. $200 million. And I believe Jamal Murray is up soon. So this putting teams together like it's 2K, no, them days are over, brother. That's not happening.
Can't wait to talk about how we feel about that and, just how we see the league moving forward and all of that. But as for right now, B. Pierce Sports said, ticket and chill on low head. Joker plays little guy. Shaq had to play against triple teams.
Right.
Jamal Williams said, legend of glazing. I can't believe y'all letting him come up here with this tomfoolery.
What do you mean let him come up here? That's Low. Low comes up here with his logic. Mars comes up here with his logic. That's why you here. For the tomfoolery.
Doffy said Lowe definitely knows. Does he?
Nah.
B Smooth's burner account, D Smooth, said ticket is right. You agree, B Smooth? Ticket is right?
No.
Shaq was averaging 35 points and 13 rebounds in the finals and almost 2 blocks a game. Come on, Lowe. Don't diss Shaq like that.
Low's logic was based on who he was going up against, which we can't discount who I had in front of me. That is not my problem. I'm pretty sure Shaq would have loved to have gone against Olajuwon when he was with the Lakers. I would love to. I'm pretty sure Shaq when he was stomping Dikembe Mutombo, saying to himself, "Man, I wouldn't mind seeing Olajuwon, the '95 Olajuwon today. I would have loved to have seen him today. How much better I am now." But you got to play who in front of you. That's just the way it works.
Hey, Jim at 89 said, "Ask Barack Smooth if Joker clears Jaylen Brown." LOL.
Barack Smooth is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you, but Joker is amazing. I give it to him.
But does he clear Jaylen Brown?
He clears Jaylen Brown, sure.
Thank you. Because
it hurt you to say that.
It was almost painful for you to say.
It is
that.
painful. It is painful.
Walker said, "If that's the case, how is Butler close to Wade?"
He's not.
Alan R said Giannis wasn't great till about year 5. By the way, MP13 said, being fair, when Shaq won, there wasn't any sinners.
Yes, it was, man. He stopped the defensive player of the year in Dikembe Mutombo. He destroyed him. So let's kill the logic of there wasn't great sinners. If you ain't averaging 30, you ain't a great sinner. That's such juvenile 15-year-old 2K logic. Kill that. So sick of hearing that, man. I hate that. And the fact that when guys dominate guys because they're lesser than, because Jordan didn't go up against, constantly going up against Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook and Damian Lillard, that means it was less than. Shaq destroyed who was in front of him.
Quentin Miles 71 said, y'all need to be more fluent.
That's why Tone is here.
Facts.
That's why Tone is here.
Now you're more fluent.
That's why Tone is here. Cleans that up real quick.
I have a purpose.
Lonnie Williams said, besides Hakeem, how many bigs did Shaq play in the finals that were better than Bam? And let's get them likes up.
All right, Lonnie. So Dikembe Mutombo was a better defensive player than Bam. Ben Wallace. So he got 4 rings, right? He got 4 rings. Rick Smits, as good as Rick Smits was. I mean, Bam is limited offensively. So let's see, Olajuwon.
Why does only the finals count? What about the road?
Well,
to
because
the finals?
that doesn't. The reason why that doesn't matter.
Did I miss something earlier? Okay.
Well, the reason why that doesn't matter is because if you ain't kicking it, if that's the case, and I think Lonnie is a football dude, so that means that we got to take all the Tom Brady Super Bowls off the table because he lost to Eli Manning and he lost to what's the dude name from Philly? He lost to Nick Foles. So I mean, what we talking about?
Moving along, AC Black said Rick Smits 18 in 1994 is like 26 now.
W adjustment for error.
The Duncan Dutchman, he could stick the 18-footer, he could stick the 17-footer, and he can get up and down the floor. Absolutely.
Daniel Fagang said, who's better, De'Aaron Fox or Jamal Murray?
De'Aaron Fox.
D-Smooth, you agree?
I mean, they're both not better than Jaylen Brown, but yeah, De'Aaron Fox is better.
Jesus.
Fluent?
Is every answer going to be they're not better than Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, best believe. Best believe.
Okay. All right.
Black Pride B123 said, go back to Ticket old videos. Ticket used to say exactly what Lo is saying about now switching it up. Ticket down bad.
What was he switching up?
I think he used
the criticisms of Shaq that he had when it came to Shaq versus Kobe is now praising of Shaq when it comes to Shaq versus Jokic. That's what he's talking about.
Cakes Boo said, you capping with that thumbnail. Denver gonna get it in 5. Thanks, Cakes Boo.
Thank you.
Jay Renrick said Penny averaged 25.5, 4.8, and 8 against the Rockets in the finals.
He was awesome.
If Nick Anderson can make 3 free throws, they don't get swept.
They do not. I think we got a completely different series. Completely different.
I mean, he had like 17 attempts to make 2. Like, could have just made some free throws.
Trip C said Low ran from the argument. Shaq was clearly unstoppable during the three-peat. ASAP Don said the multiverse is tearing. Ticket caped for a young dude over an older dude. Inclusions are happening as we speak.
That's been happening. Steve Nash is worse than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis is going to be on Hakeem's level. Jamal Murray is better than Penny Hardaway. It's been happening. Like, if anyone's been capping for young dudes, it's
Jamal Murray is better than what?
Yes.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's better than Penny Hardaway. So is Anthony Edwards. So is Jaylen Brown.
We named 10 current players, guards, and some forwards got thrown in there too.
Paul George, Jimmy Butler.
Was hurt, or did he go back and watch me trolling? Ticket, you're here. Did you go back and watch me trolling on Penny? Is that why?
He was going off. He said Penny averaged like 20, like only 3 times or something, and then he brought up Jamal Murray's points per game and said it's basically the same thing. And then he said Jamal Murray had 50 against Utah. Like it was bad. It was just
hey, listen, you know what? If when we always say, I'll say this for Ticket. I don't know if he's here or not, but he's consistent. He says, "Let me see you do it in the playoffs." And Penny didn't do it enough in the playoffs. He just because of injuries, he didn't play enough. So Jamal Murray is doing it in the playoffs. You got to give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, Diesel954 said Mars gains courage against Ticket when Low joins.
I don't think I spoke for the first hour, and Low was here basically the whole time. I just didn't say. I was on my phone. I was actually scrolling TikTok to find some receipts about me being right about Jokic the whole time. So I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. And then I heard that Jamal Murray was there.
L panelist.
Yeah, major L panelist. I try and stay away from the nonsense. But then I heard Jamal Murray was better than Penny Hardaway, and I kind of that was like the last straw.
I got to get involved in this.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm sorry, I got to get back to work.
Lonnie Williams said, "This is the definition of stat talk. Ticket, you didn't say one thing about the actual game, just numbers. I'm disappointed, bro."
How often do you hear him talk about the actual game?
I do hear Ticket talk. I do hear Ticket talk about the game pretty often. He'll bring up good points about Bam. He'll bring up good points about Jamal Murray. He'll bring up good points about Jimmy Butler, stuff like that. He'll bring up good points. He's becoming
more fluent,
a stat merchant more because like he kind of a lot of this stuff is kind of rubbing off on him. But before that, Ticket used to talk basketball a lot more.
So he's a low merchant. Wait, Ticket's a low merchant. Is that what I'm hearing? Ticket's a low merchant.
What Ticket is he got tired of months and months and months of no one understanding his actual game references, and he's like, "Now I'm going to speak your language because that's what you guys understand, and you guys understand stats, so I'm going to talk stats." So he's a low merchant. He's a low merchant. Became more fluent in sports, and now he's talking your language versus his own. I give him credit for adjusting his style. Good job.
Shout out to Low. Shout out to Low for his influence.
Shout out to Ticket. I stand with you, brother.
See what Fluent got going on here. Love the agenda. Joe Diamond said, "Old dude capping for young cats."
Didn't I used to get roasted for that?
Yep.
I just want to make sure I remember correctly, Mars. I mean, I used to get roasted for that.
Yeah.
So can I pause for a second because people are asking when I'm starting my series on the NBA. So I was waiting to hit a certain number of subscribers. I hit that number, but I have to have hours watched. So I'm not going to make you wait for hours watched to monetize. So I'm gonna start it on Monday. I'm gonna start kicking it off 1947 on Monday.
Let's do it. We're ready to see it.
There, we got the tape.
K-Dub said, "Man, Penny was in the greatest basketball movie of all time. Blue Chips. What are we saying right now? But for real, it's Penny to me."
Great argument.
Interesting guy said, "Hey, chill. Nickname gotta be Catchphrase TV, because it's about that. Because that's about all he got. Penny is better passer, defender, ball handler, plus much more."
Hey, chill. Nickname gotta be Catchphrase. That's about all he got.
I think he meant to say Ticket instead of.
I think he meant Ticket. Yeah, I think he meant Ticket
because Chill was definitely not on the Jamal Murray over Penny Hardaway train.
We should really get someone from that movie Blue Chips on Fluent and Chill to talk about them. That was a good movie.
We had somebody on that movie.
We did?
Yes, we did. We actually had the star of the show on that on our podcast.
Oh, did we? Who's that?
Yes, we did.
W plug right now.
If he would say.
Just putting it out there. I ain't trying to big time nobody.
Tony Gradsky said, "Is this the worst take of all time?"
Not the worst of all time, but
no,
it's bad.
That was pretty wild.
Idawu Sanuski said, "Ticket needs a nap all over the place. Crazy."
Yeah.
I could use a nap too. It's had a big lunch.
Focus, Tone. Focus.
That's why I drink so many of those coffees that you like.
Oh, God.
A nastiest said Jalen Green is better.
Now that's facts. If he said Jalen Green was better than Penny Hardaway, I could have been with him. But
now that is the best Jalen with a colored last name. Absolutely.
There we go. Here we go. You knew it wasn't going to take long.
Hit 44 said, "This is by far Ticket's worst take."
Oh man, I got to go back and watch this beginning of this show.
he said Shea was better than Steve Nash like 3 weeks ago, but I guess.
Laker gang for life said if this was B Smooth saying what Ticket is saying right now, he would have been banned 20 minutes ago.
I agree. He would have. He would have. He would have. He would have. He would have.
After the first episode, and then you came on here and said that, like, hey,
his take
Ron,
was worse than mine. I ain't gonna
get him up out of here, Ron. Get him up out of here right now.
It was worse than yours. It was worse than yours. I can agree.
Creative Bobby said Ticket hates Jokic praise so much that he's willing to lie about old school players and betray everything he claims to stand for in basketball talks. SK 2001 said Ticket an old head capping for young players and using stats in an era that has quote unquote weak defense. CTE TV.
Yo, JJ, Degrassi's fire, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Degrassi's fire. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a Degrassi fan. Love the cast. T-Wolf 2486 said Ticket need to cut his camera on so we can make sure he ain't sniffing that ashy Larry with the rolled up dollar bill. Penny is better.
That ashy Larry. Damn.
Big Don Rich said K-Love needs more than 16 minutes.
I do think he needs to play more, to be honest with you. I don't know how much more, but I do think that 15 minutes a game isn't enough because putting Kevin Love in the back of that zone, I think that helps them rebound more. And also putting him on the wing to drag Joker out from the paint and crack the long ball, I think that also helps him too. And I think he can do more than what he's getting in terms of 15 minutes a game. Yeah, I think so.
Quentin Miles 71 said just then Jaylen Brown went left and got another turnover.
Kick the ball out of bounds.
He's like Zoolander. He can't go left.
Kick the ball out of bounds again. Get Jaylen Brown. Get Jaylen Brown.
That's Jaylen Brown's new name, Zoolander. He can't go left.
Get Jaylen.
Raphael with the super chat said now Murray has stepped up. Miami has no chance anymore. Jokic is a great scorer, but he's more dangerous as a distributor when Jamal is on form. Or in form.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon OTR said, if I'm Miami, I'd focus more on Jokic's teammates than Jokic himself. Jokic is going to get his, but you can shut his team. But if you could shut down his team, then Miami has a chance.
But that's easier said than done, man. That's easier said than done. When you got a great scorer like Jamal Murray, when you got players like Aaron Gordon, they're going to want to get involved in the game, and they're not going to allow you, especially the way that Miami plays defense and the way that Joker attracts the attention that he attracts. They're not going to allow you guys to completely 86 them from the offense. They're going to get involved somehow, whether it's cracking wide open threes, whether it's getting to the basket. They're going to exploit mismatches that you have. You guys think that this is just going to the park 5-on-5. We just let Joker do his thing, and we're just going to cover everybody else, completely leaving out the fact that that offense that Denver runs forces you guys into tough situations. So it's going to be difficult. I'm sorry.
Every time I hear, sorry to cut you off. Every time I hear people like say things like that, I imagine the way they view basketball is everyone just plays 5 out. James Harden, Houston Rockets, and you just go one-on-one, and you don't help.
Not the way
that's not how these teams play. So like you're just saying shut everyone else down. Like that's not how it works. Like you don't just run out and play 5 out. You know what? Don't help off your man. If James Harden beats his man, he's gonna get a bucket. Like that's not how these teams are playing.
No, that's not the way they're playing. Oh,
that always throws me off a little bit when I hear that.
Basil Carpenter Jr. said, "What do you guys think about Peyton Watson as a player in the future?"
He was giving them some good minutes to close the season for Denver. Like when they'd already like got the first seed, he was playing a little bit. He was giving them some good minutes. I don't know what the ceiling is for him. I haven't really like sat down and studied Peyton Watson enough to give you an accurate representation. But he can. I see like a good role player for them. Like even as soon as like next year, if we're given the opportunity.
He'll be going into year 3, so we can get a better gauge on him if he's more in the rotation. So the idea of him being a star, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far.
Moving along, the Tribe One said, "Ticket disses Jokic because of Murray's narrative, because of his Murray narrative." Isaiah JP said, "Hypothetically, what if the Heat come back from a 3-1 lead to win the championship? What would that do for Jokic and Jimmy's legacy?
Well, it won't do anything for Joker's legacy because he didn't have one yet. He ain't won an NBA championship. So it's not like he's been to the NBA championship 3 or 4 times and he's got a history of losing. So I don't think it would do anything for his legacy. Jimmy, on the other hand, has been to the NBA finals. He's been to the deep in the playoffs a bunch of different years. This would be astronomical for him to do that. He'd be the second team in NBA history to come back from a 3-1 lead and win the NBA championship. And if it's off the strength of him, yeah, it'd be a big deal.
He becomes the GOAT.
Of what, Mars?
Miami?
Oh, yeah, that one right there made me go. Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, if that's what made someone else the GOAT.
The other guy can say that right there made me the GOAT. He does the same thing. Yeah. And he's an 8 seed playing a 1, so it's even more impressive. Absolutely.
And by the way, Tom, can we stop with the whole 8 seed thing? Because I get the vibes with this Miami team, like they're the train that could. Like I think I can. Like this team wasn't in the Eastern Conference Championship Game 7 last year, so this team underachieved in the regular season. It wasn't because of injuries; they just underachieved. So the idea that we're looking at this team like they're an 8 seed who is less than, no, they're not. They just underachieved and got hot in the playoffs. They were already a damn good team.
So do you say that the Lakers beat the inconsistent 6 seed Warriors or whatever they were? I think they were the 6 seed, or the NBA champion Warriors?
I say that they beat the NBA champion Warriors.
Okay, well that's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, Asante Rivera said, "Love the panel. Gets me through work every day. Been watching since late 2022. Do you all place any stock in Dame to the Heat? He had an interview with B. Custard saying Miami would be number one as his choice."
No.
What is Miami giving up for Dame?
Tyler Hero and picks is not getting it done, and Kyle
and Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, it's not getting it done.
It's not. That's not enough. And is he the difference, by the way? Like, let's say Dame comes to Miami. Is he the difference? I mean, they already were in the finals. Does he push them over the top?
He gives them another shot creator. I think if Dame, hot take. If Dame's on Miami, I think they win this series.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Yeah. I don't know. So I have to just preface. If Dame's on Miami, I think they win this series.
Yo, it's people taking Miami already as is. If you put Dame in the series, I think it sways the majority of the masses to go with the Miami Heat.
Yeah. We all understand Dame would be the best player on the team, right?
He would.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one trying to push that Jimmy Butler is better than Damian Lillard, right? We're not doing that. We understand Dame is better than him, correct? I want to make sure that we will know that Jimmy Butler would be the second best player on this team.
I'm not putting Jimmy Butler ahead of Damian Lillard. Would it
be a case of a 1-2, or
yes.
would it be a case of kind of how we talked about the Celtics, a 1A, 1B?
It's a 1-2 in Boston, and it's a 1-2 in this hypothetical situation.
Now remember to play the devil's advocate, Mars. To play the devil's advocate, he has taken a team to the NBA Finals. He's taken a team to the Eastern Conference Championship. Some would argue that, right? Some would argue that. And Dame has, when he's gotten to this point where he's been in the Western Conference Championship, he did underperform. So for him to get to this stage right here, is it legit logic that he could possibly underperform again, or it's just automatic that he's the best player on this unit?
Oh, he could underperform. He's still better than Jimmy Butler. Like, I think he'd probably against Denver? Do I think he'd underperform? No. But in general, in the playoffs, have I questioned Damian Lillard's player performance? 100%. And you can go back through the archives of players' choice. I've been extremely critical of Damian Lillard in the playoffs, and that's why I don't hold him in as high regard as other people. He is, however, better than Jimmy Butler. And everyone in the chat who's telling me Jimmy Butler is better than him, you're lying.
Chat, I'm putting up a poll right now. Who's better, Jimmy or Dame? You guys go vote and let me know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving along to the next super chat. Quentin Miles 71 once again said, "I've been having fun in the comments. Great show." Appreciate you for tapping in, Quentin. Make sure you hit that like button. Lonnie Williams said, "This is some Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith type of talk. Just say you're trolling. This is your out. Don't do this to yourself. Please." Ticket.
does Skip Bayless and Stephen A say that they're trolling?
No, they do not.
No.
And you keep watching.
I think we just assume they're trolling. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they just whatever the script writer writes, they just read it. Like, come on, am I pulling back the curtain here and telling you something y'all don't already know? Oh, I just told you wrestling was fake. Oh, I can see the people in the comments right now. Their heads.
There's no Santa Claus, Tone.
Their heads are blowing. Oh,
what are you doing, Tone?
Santa and the Easter Bunny are fake.
Right. Just tell everybody, no Santa Claus.
MP Fire. MP13 said Jimmy is the only player I've seen that gets praised for being so inconsistent. Outside of maybe four playoff series, Jimmy really isn't a thing.
Playoff Jimmy isn't a thing.
I said this before the playoffs as well. Everyone overreacts. Like, do I believe Jimmy Butler elevates his output in the postseason? Yes. Do I think it's entirely because he just gets better? I think it comes from him playing more minutes and being a more aggressive scorer. I don't think it's just because he just magically gets better at basketball. I think people don't watch Miami, so they don't think he's actually that good in the regular season when he is. I also think that Jimmy Butler isn't as good as people like to push him in the playoffs, so they don't hold him to the same standards. That's why Jason Tatum will get killed for being inconsistent, but Jimmy Butler won't, because you don't think he's actually as good as Jason Tatum. I also think that offensively, he just has the same flaws he has in the regular season as in the playoffs, but he's also more aggressive, so he scores more, so you ignore the flaws. There's a bunch of things that can be said about Jimmy Butler, but I still think he's great. Borderline top 10 player, like I've been saying for over a year. But you guys seem to only want to call him top 10 when it's the playoffs because you don't pay attention. So, I mean, shout out to you guys for not watching basketball.
Matthew Alexandre said, chill, I was watching a TikTok the other day and heard you say that 2016 was a great playoff run. I'm assuming for the Cavs. Do you mean just the finals or the whole run? Because as a run, I don't think it was that impressive.
I think it was. I mean, to get to the Eastern Conference Championship, I mean, they swept Detroit. Anytime
it's Detroit. Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson.
Doesn't make a difference, Miles. As long as if you sweeping teams in the playoffs, especially multiple teams, when you're sweeping teams in the playoffs, that's a pretty big deal. They swept Detroit and they swept Atlanta, and they ended up smoking that. And I'm not going to say smoking.
It was Toronto in 6, right?
They handled that Toronto team in 6. I believe that's when James was it 16 or 17? No, it was 17 when he was touted. 18 when he was touted as it was LeBron. I think it was 17 or 18.
It was always LeBron. Don't count when they gave him the name. It was always LeBron. I mean,
they lost 2 games to get to the NBA Finals. That was it.
But chill, that run. Okay, take up. Let's imagine they beat the Warriors 6 games, a regular 6 games. They lose the first 2 and then they win 4 straight, or they split in Golden State and then they win in 6. Are you still calling that one of the all-time great runs, or is it because they came back from 3-1?
Because they came back from 3-1, it compounded the run. I think the run was great, but what they did in the finals just compounded what they did.
But now you already admitted that Steph choked in those late games because of his shooting
Just because you choked, that don't mean we still have a great run. You choked, so
yeah. I mean, Dallas get credit and LeBron choked.
Right.
True.
Detroit get credit, and you could argue Kobe choked.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, 2016 is not an all-time great run. All-time great finals like performance, yes. All-time great final series, not really. The games were kind of mid. But all-time great run. I'm sorry, Detroit, Atlanta, Toronto. Meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
ASAP Henny said, y'all think the Warriors are done, or are there any moves they can make? What do y'all think about about Jonathan Kuminga? I'm not sure.
It depends who their new GM is.
Yeah, that is a big factor.
Two things. We gotta find a different name for this dude. We can't call him that. We gotta come up with something different, Tone. That just is not gonna work. That's just not gonna work, Tone. We gotta come up with something different. And I love Mars's idea.
I'm trading that guy just because of the name.
I can't call him that, Tone. We can't. We gotta come up with something different, yo. But I love Mars's idea because KP with that group. I love Porzingis in Golden State. With the way
I'm a GM at heart. I just
the way that they play, his ability to stretch the defense, his ability to get up and down the floor. I just thought he would be much better with Luka than he was. I just think that maybe if he was with Golden State, it would almost be like an upgraded version of what that would have been when he was in Dallas.
And Golden State would actually give him the ball as well. Like Luka, like at some points they just made him a spot up shooter because Luka wants to do his little dribble. But with Golden State, he's going to be part of the system. He can run pick and pop. He can play in the post. He's an okay passer. He can understand how to make the right reads, rim protection, can stretch the defense to like 28 feet because he has range. Good rebounder. Like it makes sense on so many levels, and that's why I should be the GM of Golden State.
Don't steal my platform.
You can have the Knicks. You can have the Knicks.
I was about to say.
Ain't nothing stopping you from having the Knicks.
When I get my GM job, then you can start promoting yourself for a GM job. Don't be stealing my thunder.
It's Curry's job.
I'm a fluent merchant.
Mars, I think they're out on you, Mars, since you turned your back on them. And
I don't need to root for the team.
Ran down to Houston.
I don't need to root for the team to know what's best for them.
I don't know. I think after seeing like KD leave and stuff like that, I don't know if
what he'll do is he'll go be the GM of the Warriors and then do crazy trades to help the Rockets win. Kind of like who was it? Who's the guy that went to Minnesota?
Steph Curry for Kevin McHale traded
everything to Danny Ainge. Yeah, no.
Okay, maybe I was trade Steph Curry for Kevin Porter Jr. Maybe, who knows? But that's in Golden State's best interest. That's in Golden State's best interest.
He's getting old. Steph's getting old. You got to trade him.
Exactly. Just got to push the rebuild button.
Moving along, fellas. Defari Giovanni said, "Is Jimmy Butler better than AI?"
No.
Nope.
We already did
that's that. Quentin Miles 71 said, "Damn it, Jalen, he went left again and dribbled and fell into the ref." Shaking my head. Damn it, Jalen.
Get off the pill, yo. Get off the pill. What are you doing? Get off the pill.
You can put Jalen Brown. You can put on those teams that have ball dominant guys because he needs to be off the ball.
Yeah, he needs to be off the ball. He needs ball
dominant. Get him off the pill.
Let's chill.
Jalen Brown is the dude.
When is Let's Chill on? That's a different show.
Jalen Brown is the dude that when you're on the floor, you like, yo,
don't let him dribble.
Get off the pill.
M. Pinka said, "If Harden was able to translate his regular season performances into the playoffs, where would he rank all time in the shooting guard position all time?"
Number 1.
Four.
Greatest.
Number 2.
Two,
yeah. Behind Jordan?
Ahead of Kobe?
We're trolling. But move on. We're trolling.
Kobe was a number 2 for 3 of those championships.
As a troll, I can recognize when a troll is happening.
Hold on, Mars. I mean, we talking about a dude who was 36 a game.
You guys aren't gonna mention him.
If that can go into the playoffs,
I'm not gonna.
That was one season. Hold on. What was Kobe a game? No. What was Kobe again?
I'm not falling for you guys.
He also went 30. He also went 34. He also went 34.
He went 74. In no universe is James Harden better than Kobe. Stop the nonsense right now.
Never. No way.
Be smooth. Can we hear your logic though?
No way.
Very quick.
Why are you giving him time?
Hey, we let Ticket get off. Jamal Murray over Penny, Anthony Edwards over Penny.
You can't have people come on their second show and talk crazy. No, there will be no.
You're trying to get him suspended. You're trying to
be smooth.
Can I say the super chat?
I just blocked someone in the comments for saying something about my son. If you say one more word, you're blocked. I'm telling you, I have the access.
I'm just thinking about what he did in the regular season.
That's what
it would translate to in the playoffs. I don't think in no universe am I putting James Harden ahead of Kobe Bryant. No, in no way am I doing that. So no.
Thank you.
Be smooth. We'll get this from you later. All right, we do gotta move on.
Sorry,
Angie Carr said.
I want to hear it. Sorry.
Angie Carr said Portland gets Zion and 2041 first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
His kids.
Angie Carr been on a roll with this whole Zion thing.
The internet is undefeated, Joe. Undefeated. So
once again, Angie Carr said fax ticket. Mixtape go hella hard.
Pause.
There's no way, man, that they got this dude on tape. There's no way that you have this dude on tape.
Mm-mm.
I'm out if you got this dude on tape. No way.
Angie Carr said Zion fearless. Double/triple teamed don't matter.
On that note, hey Brian, I gotta bounce, bro.
All right.
Hey Brian, I gotta bounce.
Yep. We're
I
gonna
think
catch you same time Monday.
Yes, sir. I'll see you do next week.
All right.
Gavin Bean said, "Ticket so cap." Laugh out loud. He said Murray wouldn't have a good game again on Jimmy after the second game. Now Murray a top PG in the league. Flippity flop.
Exactly. He's good because he had a good game on Jimmy. That shows that better than Penny. Because Penny ain't have good games on Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Nah, he ain't do that.
Theo Holmes said, "Random thought: has a player ever been traded while playing in a game?"
Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes.
Poor
From
fella.
Dallas to Sacramento, I believe.
Hey, sub off. Why? That's harsh. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Iman said, "Be Smooth has a smooth brain. Brown is the worst first."
I appreciate that. I don't know about the second comment, but I appreciate that.
Makes sense.
Quentin Miles 71 said, "Y'all ready for the John Zion 30 for 30 titled Buns and Guns?"
I keep seeing that. That's fake, right?
Yeah. I'd watch
it's,
it.
I'd watch it in the works.
How do we make it real?
It's in the works. A nastiest responding to you, Fluent, about the writers, the script writers. He said, "Who's the script writer on Player's Choice then?"
You know, we can't reveal that.
I could if I knew. I would 100% snitch, but I don't know. That's why they keep me out of these inner workings.
I got him an email.
We don't let Mars into those meetings. We don't let Mars into those meetings.
Because I'd expose everything, so they can't let me in.
Just know, right? Like there's certain guys, Shaq, JD, Euro, that you don't see anymore. What do you think they're doing? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I need a rewrite, by the way. Euro, I need a rewrite. There's that guy.
You heard that, Euro? Get that for that man. Daniel Fagang said, "Explain why De'Aaron Fox is better than Murray, please, so my dumb friend can understand." Also, shout out y'all. I fuck with the show heavy. Y'all want to explain why he's better, so his dumb friend can understand?
I mean,
better
number one.
Okay. Better finisher, better getting downhill, better playmaker, better decision maker. Also doesn't have a big like Jokic to get him easier opportunities. I mean, he has Domantas Sabonis, who's just a fraud. So that also would hold it back. Defensively, I think they're pretty similar. Probably give the edge to Jamal Murray. But I think it comes down to the fact that Jamal Murray does benefit a lot from the looks that he gets, considering he plays next to Jokic. And De'Aaron Fox has Domantas Sabonis.
Good to know. Be Smooth, you don't?
No, I agree.
And Jaylen Brown's better than both of them.
Let's calm down.
I was there trying to agree with you.
Next time we got that.
I tried.
Anastia said, ticket taking a long time to watch that Zion tape. Never heard from him, so he's still watching it. Big Ron said, "Hey, Fluent, chill on Akron, Ohio."
What do you mean? I'm giving him props. I'm telling how good they are. I love Akron.
Casket Chris said, "Super teams are done. It's about fit and coaching."
Yeah.
Like basketball should be.
I blame Moses Malone.
Facts, fraud, man. Original KD.
Exactly.
NLF said, "Top 5 pure scorers right now."
Does a pure scorer mean someone who only scores at an elite level and does nothing else? Is that what it means?
I think they're saying not everything else matters, just the ability to get buckets.
Oh, so just the best scorers.
Basically, yeah.
KD, Embiid, Steph, Jokic, Luka, probably. That would be my 5.
Whoa, Jokic in a top 5 pure scorer? I don't know about that one.
Jokic, I can't name 5 scorers better than Jokic.
You didn't put Dame in there? You didn't put, would you put Luka in there?
I put Luka. Playoff translation, Dame. Sorry,
it's
outside
only
the first
playoff?
round.
Okay.
No, if that matters, that's a factor.
Oh,
Dame outside the first round, the scoring is not.
I take Tatum and Dame pure scoring over Jokic, but I feel you.
I don't think that's crazy to say.
That's why I had to clarify what pure scoring means. That you only score and do nothing else great, or you're just your ability to score.
Yeah, just
because like I've heard people say Carmelo is a better pure scorer than LeBron.
I think pure score also, when you put it into that context, it's also like just a natural score, just your natural ability, just to, I mean, kind of, it's a little bit of vanity, just look good scoring.
Yeah, get Jokic out of there. Get Jokic out of there.
And some efficiency too, right? They probably put efficiency in there.
Yeah, probably more. Okay, get your Embiid, KD. Okay, KD's one. Embiid, Devin Booker's up there. Luka's still up there. And then that fifth spot, Steph. That would be my 5. That's not in order, but those 5 guys, that would be the guys.
All right, y'all. It's Friday. I hope everybody has a blessed day. You do know Open Gym is coming on right after this, so jump from here straight over there. Like this video on the way out and like that video on the way in. Also, we will be back Monday at the same time. We got 2 big games, a game tonight and a game Sunday, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, well,
yeah, I think
both Miami wins.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
I forgot Kawhi. Kawhi would be on the top 5, so get rid of Devin Booker.
I'm putting SGA in there.
Playoff?
Shout out, Shay.
Reminder on the way out, click the link at the top of the chat. It will take you to the Underdog Sports app, or it will take you to their website, and you'll be able to use this Player's Choice special today. So y'all keep in mind that this is a good chance for you to win some money this weekend, tonight and Sunday.